G'day. Ari, how are you, man?
G'day, Matt. Everyone in the chat. Matt and I are shockingly demotivated today. It's been nice having you. Until next week.
Yeah, exactly right. Oh, let's say g'day. Am I crazy? Well, no, you're not crazy. Well, you might be. I'm not too sure, but I am on early, mate. I'm coming on an hour early these days because I'm nicking off to bloody work. So we had a bit of a chat a few weeks ago, and we just thought we'd go on an hour early, give it a bit more time, because it was like just over an hour or what have you, and the show was over and I'm going to bloody work, so bugger that. So we went on a little bit early. So nice to see you. Blind Neil, how are you, my man? Drone Life RC, how are you? And bloody Remote Pilots Australia. That guy pops in everywhere. Matty's Drone World, how are you, man?
Guy.
He is. He's an issue. Good to see you too, man. Thanks for popping in, man. And Max Air 420. Jack Rabbit's popped in too. How are you, mate? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Today the sun's out, Ari, but I notice there's quite a bit of wind outside. So, I don't care now because I've got to go to work. I would have been nice and
fly
pissed
anyway,
off.
mate. It's not like it's your drone.
Oh, Shah, how are you? Oh, my God, I miss Shah. How are you? Good to see you. Oh, my God. Borders are opening soon, Shah. House is open. New kitchen's up. Come on, let me cook for you. It's all good.
Oh, I only get coffee.
If you're lucky, and that's usually the one I had yesterday, I just warm up in the microwave.
I did notice you spitting in it, I have to admit, yeah.
Well, that's good. How's things down there in Melbourne, Shah? Oh, yeah. Gotta love that. Oh, bloody Night Train's back. I did that little stupid live I did, during the week sometime. And Michael was out there on the job, doing his painting job. Oh, geez, I wish he was over here with his paintbrush. My goodness. Actually, Shah, you wouldn't know the joint. I'm painting all this stuff and putting new carpets in and all sorts, man.
Who are you trying to impress with all of this, Matt?
With what? Painting?
Yeah, all this housework. You got a woman in the wings, or better still, you probably got a man in the wings, haven't you?
Highly unlikely. Probably. No, I just got sick and tired of all this shit everywhere. I've got that much crap everywhere, and I've just been dumping shit all over the place. Tim Jackson, how are you, man?
Hi, Tim.
Yeah, so I'm just getting rid of a whole lot of crap. It's I've had enough, mate. My laugh, I'll tell you what, Char, you know how you used to call me Muttley, because she used to call me that all the time because when I laugh, you're right. Anyway, so Ron Lockwood during the week goes, oh, you remind me of someone. And then he pulled up a cartoon of Dick Dastardly and Muttley. And there's Muttley in the background. Oh, you mongrel. Check out his outdoor spa. Yeah. That's right. Yes. Shah only ever uses me for my cooking and my spa. Oh, well. It's got to be there. It's just there for everybody, isn't it? But, look, I have been cooking quite a bit too lately. But anyway, let's have a go. I haven't made you a moderator. Why wouldn't I? Add that one there. There you go. Beautiful stuff. Timbo Jackson. I don't know where the rest of the boys are today. Jim will probably say, oh, that's right, you're going on early, aren't you? I should message him, actually.
I haven't seen Jim for a few weeks.
Yeah, Jim. I've got 2 messages from Ari. Honey, I'm back. What the?
After I restarted the machine?
Kind of hoping that was sent to the wrong person, to be honest. Of course, Matt can say the job without. Live now, idiots. Sorry, I'm just bloody messaging.
He'll be a while, guys. He doesn't type quick. Hey, Lon, how are you, mate?
Swipe to type, mate. You don't even have to spell it. It all comes out.
I do this. I do the swipe thing, man. My fingers are too big for it. I watch my kids, with the two thumbs, typing on a phone at 7,000 words per minute.
You know. Do you remember back in the days of the early phones and everything? You had to, because you had your numeric keypad, obviously, and you had LMK, and you had to go push it twice to get your M.
3 times. Unless you could
my
afford a BlackBerry, it had the full keyboard.
Yeah, that's right. I did too. The BlackBerry was a big. That was the shit, wasn't it? BlackBerries came out, I think, 2006 or 7, I think, maybe 7 or 8 or whatever. Anyway, and they were the biggest things out there, and they were actually, getting on and trying to crack through the Nokia market, and because they were the biggest things out there too. The Nokias. Matt, are you touring next year in Melbourne? Well, I'll tell you what, that's all up in the air at the moment because. Of all these bloody restrictions they're putting on performers. So there's quite a few people that are in the band who are saying stuff that shit, and so we won't be touring, which I've got no issues with. I was hoping to get into Melbourne. We can't even tour Queensland because they're putting all these mandates on, so they can royally shove it right where it fits. Londonut, how are you, mate? Yeah, so anyway, that's the story there. I should give you a ring, Charlotte. Oh, you'd be working today at some time. I think you have Mondays off, wasn't it? Was it Mondays? I don't know. Just let me know or send me a message and we'll have a chat. We'll just Jack Rabbit, Maddie's Dream World. Here we go. Now, what was I talking about? What was I talking about?
We don't know, mate. We don't know. We just rely on you.
You rely on me? We hope
good for you, yeah.
Not a good thing, dude. Shouldn't really do that. Here we go, James.
Matilda.
Hey?
Oh, nothing.
Lorne, Matilda. Well, okay. That could be. Well, there's two Matts here, so I don't know who he's talking about there, whether it be me or Maddie there. What is Justin doing? He's popping in the green room, popping up. Now he's come back and what is he doing? Well, you can't do that on a live show. Put your pants back on, Justin. Put them on. God damn it. Thank you. Now I can pop him in. What are you doing?
I was dealing with my kids. They're out there freaking fighting.
The best way of dealing with your kids, mate, is just don't deal with them.
It sounds like they're unconscious because there's no noise there too. No, weekends off. Oh, righto. I'll give you a ring later, Shah, if that's cool with you. If you're not busy.
Are you off today, Matt? Early.
What was that?
Are you working today, or you got today off?
Yeah, I'm working today, mate. Yep. What did you say, Justin? Early?
Oh, I said you went on early tonight. Earlier.
I've been going on early, an hour early for the last 3 weeks.
It's 6 o'clock, not 7.
Well, you must have had a time change of some sort. I'm not kidding you.
Have you started that stupid daylight idiocy time, Justin?
Yeah, it was like a week ago.
Well, there you go. That's why.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting the same time.
What was that old saying, that old Apache saying? Only a white man could cut 1 foot off the top of the blanket and stitch it on the bottom and think that he has a longer blanket. Just get up earlier.
Exactly. Don't you know that during daylight savings the curtains fade
and the cattle stop giving up the milk.
The cows stop giving up the milk. Yep. Bob Casey, how are you, my man?
Hey,
Look,
Bob.
I'm going to give this knucklehead.
So you like that short I sent you, Matt?
Dude, there's a definition of absolutely retarded, and you got to check that out. Is it on your channel, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got to go check that out because that was a surprise, to say the least. and I'm kind of guessing that is actually on your side of the bed. That one.
Oh my god!
And people will know what I'm talking about if they see the short. I'm gone. Have a good day, guys. Oh, Tim's out of here.
Oh, take care, Tim.
Oh, I didn't
No,
say.
I answered you, mate. I answered you.
Didn't we say good day to Tim? I think we did.
Well, I did.
Well, okay.
I actually caught his show this morning.
Oh, last night. Okay, yeah. Oh, Tim, yeah. Actually, I think I got an invite from him. But anyway, I'm working and doing all sorts of stuff.
Having my hair out makes me even more scarier. Is that even possible? The last time I had my hair down, somebody called me a blonde Jesus.
A blonde Jesus. Sure, it wasn't.
Matt, why isn't your hair down, buddy? You're frightened that people are going to see the familial relationship between us, aren't you?
Yeah, no.
Just because Mum had the blonde-haired father for me and the brunette for you.
Yeah, no.
Where's Jim?
I did let my hair down actually a couple of weeks ago. I don't know, Jim's.
He probably did the same thing I did, thinking it was 7.
Well, I wasn't aware that the times changed over there. I thought they'd already been done and dusted.
Hey, Hugh. Good to see you, friend.
So it's actually 6 now. Oh my God!
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock here.
Well, that's crazy. That's why. Apache. Am I crazy or are you starting early? Said what he did. I thought. Shit. Blind Neil, and one said really, really early. Okay, so God, I can't keep up with all these bloody times in here. Bob Casey, it's 5:18. Holy shit. Well, that's pretty early, isn't it, Bob?
Oh, yeah, he's in Central Time.
Central. Well, I was actually. You're on it. Yeah. Well, I was chatting to Ron when I knocked off last night. I was having a video chat with him. He was at the bottom of a mountain. He was heading up to Bighorn Mountain, and he was going to get some pictures of moose and all sorts of shit. So he was at the bottom of the mountain having a bit of a chat, and he's hopefully going to be joining us from the top of the mountain today at some point.
It's just a green screen, Matt.
I know. Yeah. And the picture, that's what I said. That's what I said.
It's code for a new National Geographic magazine came out. It's like, why the hell do they got elephants and fucking giraffes? And
are you in Africa? What are you doing in Africa? Oh, shit. And it's 3 o'clock in Cali. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour difference.
Damn, I tell you what. Yeah, so because we were ripping into him on Tuesday. Hang on, what day did I go on? Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning I went on, so it would have been your Tuesday at some point. Was that Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, so anyway, we were ripping into Ron when he wasn't in the chat.
That was Kelly doing that, remember?
Oh, that's right, it was. Yeah, we were trying to stop him because it's abuse on the highest of levels. And then Ron must have been listening in, and here we go. And then we were playing, obviously, Ron's fart impression for quite some time.
That was a hilarious little short show you did.
That was a good laugh, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. No, we had fun, eh? That was good. But I will play this because we're going to go back to this for those of you who didn't watch it and don't know what I'm talking about. It must have been that show there.
I'm glad Lon's here. You mentioned it. Am I the
Sorry,
only
mate?
one feeling lied to, Lon? You know, where the hell is my mechanical shutter?
Yeah, well, that's right.
Sorry,
right.
I know we've all done well. I haven't been around, but I know that the YouTube community has done the Mavic 3 to death. So I'm not going to take us there for an extended conversation. I'll just leave it that. I feel lied to. I want my mechanical shutter.
That's right. I wonder if the specs now show anything to do with mechanics like they did before it was released.
All of the leaks did. So I'm not blaming Lon or anybody. I mean, everyone had every reason to expect that. But when it has arrived in the flesh, it is not there.
Now, Aldi is having a little bit of an issue with his, right? Now, from what I understand at the Micro Four Thirds camera, when you're doing log, does lock its ISO at 400. The X5 does it. And this is what's happening with the 3 as well. And he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to fly it with the. And he's in the middle of the day, and he's locked at 400. What is the point of it?
All I can say is there's at least 22 listed features that are arriving in January. So we can only hope with the firmware update, and I'll give DJI that they've been fairly upfront in saying these 22 things aren't here yet; they're coming. So perhaps that will also come later on. But you would think so, wouldn't you? You'd think the ability would be there.
Well, it was like in the specs that we were looking at before it was released. It had specs for a mechanical and the digital shutter or whatever it's called.
Well, I mean, if you're listening, that's what we were just talking about. So.
Oh, don't be cruel, man. Oh, go on, be cruel. Be cruel.
Such an ass.
I'm trying to find this fart out of his throat. Sorry.
Matt, it's never seen you search to find a fart before. You've always been able to find one pretty easily.
Yeah, I know, but this time I don't want it to be mine.
Oh.
I'll go look for someone else's. Mine are on call. It's like that.
Take care, Mike. BLT Pizza. Well.
God, I've got to find this. That's giving me the shit. That's too bad. I'm surprised that the leak said there was a. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Look, there's always been, especially with, spec leaks and all that sort of stuff. There was a lot of spec leaks and all that sort of shit on the Evo too, and everyone's going, oh, fuck. But when you actually have a look at what's actually happening, a lot of the time these specs just aren't quite what they say.
Look, I'm a bit cynical about all of that, Matt. I mean, if there was a lot of leaks before it came out, that's changed or not. If one person, leaked something that was an error, you'd think, oh, well, that's just they were a little bit over keen or something. But the fact that every single source leaked the fact that it allegedly had the hardware shutter. You've got to wonder where those leaks come from, DJI.
Well, exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why they'd do that, though.
Well, you haven't seen the leaks for the Pro 4?
Yeah, I put them up on my website the other day. The new Pro 4.
That Billy Kyle is secretly testing it already.
Yep. And the Pro 4's got a mechanical shutter, and it's only got one camera, right? With interchangeable lenses. So that's fantastic. Because the Evolve's come out and DJI has gone, oh, shit, look what they just did.
I don't think I'd be buying an Evolve. But, all I'll say is, DJI have changed my mind for me twice now in the last 3 months. I was gearing up to buy the Phantom 4 RTK for work. And then I was chatting in here and Lon said, oh, no, the leaks show the Mavic 3 is going to have the mechanical shutter. And with the big zoom, I thought, that's 6-12 months from now, that's going to be the premier drone for work as well. So maybe I'll buy that instead. But nope, no, now I'm back on the RTK bandwagon. Yeah,
that's right. I think that was the thing. A lot of people were looking forward to something like that. As I said, I would have been very surprised if they didn't have it because,
I'm shocked.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, that's a good question, Lon, but I just find that the leaks are all too far uniform. I believe that they come from a common source, and that's my opinion anyway.
Well, I mean, it could
Yeah.
also be somebody from DJI having a bit of fun too.
Captain Ray.
They don't have fun over there, mate. Ray Kelly, how are you, mate?
Justin
That was-
doesn't tell
oh, yeah.
anybody, but that's not nicotine in that vape. There's a reason he's always so happy.
Got to keep it raining in Florida.
Okay. See, there you go.
I'd like to think so, Lon. But my thought of that is, look at the Mavic 2 Enterprise. I was hoping that would be true with Mavic 2 Enterprise when it was announced, but in the end it was, they added things like lights, speakers, and RTK, but the camera package stayed mostly the same. They would have to be putting a totally different camera package on there. You can't retrofit a mechanical shutter.
I don't care.
Unless, of course, it is there and they're just waiting to enable it with a firmware update. I don't know. Anyway, I'll just sit on the fence for a while.
No, I don't care.
We've called him a lot worse on this show, so that would actually be quite. It'll be a relief to him, to be honest. If you,
Very true.
Yeah, Justin, I can't find this fart throat.
Have you looked down the back of the couch cushions?
I found it. It's with my 20-cent pieces, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Hold on, let me see if I can find a timestamp. I'll look while you're doing your show.
124, not even 142. No.
Let's see.
Because Jim wasn't on it at the time, was he? No.
Was it the random live or the one before that?
No, it was the one before it, mate.
Okay.
Could be long.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Fab. Anyway, Justin will find that. That's fantastic. Yes. So anyway, I think it's disappointed quite a few people. Look, we'll wait and see. Wait and see how it pans out once they get all the updates and all that sort of stuff. And
Lon's having a few problems with his fingers here. I think he's been out to dinner with Mr. Daniels.
Has he really? Eebity, that's all, folks. Trey, how are you, man?
Doing good.
Hey, good to see you, my friend.
I see we're on early again.
Well, see, yeah. Now, has your time changed too?
How you doing, Ari?
I'm good to see. It's good to see you, mate. To add some class to the proceedings, but the bad news is we're on the same time as usual. They've just added a foot onto the bottom of your blanket.
Matt, it was
okay.
35 minutes in.
35?
Minutes in, yeah.
35. Okay, mate.
And then you got Dre that was trying to figure out what's his name, and you were rushing him.
Doesn't sound like me.
He was like, come on, Dre, spit it out.
Spit it out, Trey.
Are we talking about Ron's fart again?
Yeah. Now, we went through that quite substantially on Wednesday, but or Tuesday for you, I think it was. Let me just see if this is the one.
So we don't need to call what's the TV show? Was it NIS or whatever it is, FBI?
That was a nuclear explosion, not a fart.
Well, the only thing got me was that Ron tried to play off, kind of lean a little bit, let it out.
Mate, that was the funniest comment. That was the comment of the century that you put in the chat there.
Lean with it.
Hilarious.
Rock with it.
Yeah, that's what did you call it? The lean into it move or something?
Yeah, lean with it. Lean with it. Rock with it.
Well, when he plays it, listen to Ron make the noise, and then he grunts right after.
Yeah.
He goes,
Yeah.
Hey, Captain Ray, Bob, Mr.
Here we go.
JRC.
This is it.
Hey, everybody, anybody I missed in the chat?
Share screen, share audio. This is it. Look, I don't know why, but I just find this freaking hilarious. Let Dre borrow my t-shirt.
Night Train. Plus, I'm going back. I missed you. Asgard Studios. Maddie.
Asgard. Is he?
Yeah.
Where's Asgard? I haven't seen him.
Oh, he was in earlier before I got here. He might have bounced out already. I'm just going back to the entries. Tim. I guess Tim was here. Max 420. Jack Rabbit. Might have came in and left before I showed up.
Is he good? Okay, so this is, for those of you who haven't seen it, this is the last time I'm going to be going through this because, I still find it freaking hilarious. But anyway, I don't know why. That's just incredible. But anyway, let's have a little listen to this, shall we?
Marcus buys it. It's like the CIS case.
The lean into it. Lean with it. The lean with it maneuver.
Yeah.
Lean with it. I think you lifted him off the chair.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, one more time for prosperity.
Marcus buys it. It's like they can't help themselves. Oh man.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic. I love that. The two Ron fart.
Dude.
More like the did Ron here.
Oh man.
That Peter Carroll told me you lost your mind. Is that true? Probably, eh? Yeah.
Another one that ended up down the back of the couch cushions.
And if you haven't all worked that out by now, there's something wrong. Never got, that's probably true. Now, I'm surprised it took Peter Carroll that long to even say it.
I know he's been telling us quietly for years.
I've been showing you for years in these live shows. Yeah. Ari's been out during the week in some horrendous weather, flying away.
Yes, I have. I've got a video made up, which unfortunately I won't be able to post until the job is finished due to privacy concerns. But I can say I have been flying this week in the most appalling weather I have ever flown in. But when you've got an employer and you're flying their drone, and they're more happy to lose a $2,500 drone than they are to be one day late with imaging, that's what you do.
Wow.
Crazy.
I tip my hat to them.
Did it come back wet, Ari?
Yes. It dried off after every flight.
Mm.
Hey, Matt, did you notice there's a new section in the menu of StreamYard called Hotkeys? They did it like Zoom.
No, I saw this. What do they call it? Teams thing or whatever they call it. That you can invite people in and become or whatever. I don't know. Like I think you can, in Zoom. I think you can nominate someone else to become the host, and you can piss off.
Yeah, you can. You can set somebody else. That way, if you wanted to go to work and keep the stream going, you could pass it off to like Dre or me or Ari, and then just take off.
You wouldn't want to.
No way.
No.
No, now, the person you got to ask is Tim. How did he pull off that night where he went to sleep and somebody kept the stream going, or was it just working off his system?
Really?
If by my link you mean to my YouTube channel, there it is there.
Could you imagine if I pass this off to Justin? Can you run the show for me, mate? Oh, I'm going to work. Justin will go, "We beauty. Check out all his videos, people. Share this.
Matt gets 73 copyright.
Copyright.
There'd be a short fest going on.
I would say that I would not post a single link to a YouTube video if you left me in control. All of the links I would post would start www.pornhub.
Just get you'd have more
views than any other stream
That-
you'd ever done for a short time.
That's right. It was. Well, I mean, we did that when we did the naked yoga one. There was a big spike in the analytics there. Were you
Yeah,
there, Dre, when
people-
we did that?
No, there was a big spike of people leaving.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I've got to go.
Yeah, Matt has grown used to that blip in the analytics. He calls it the old number 7 blip.
Oh yeah.
Well, I got a question. What was with the music channel you had going the other day? I was like just yesterday.
Right. Okay.
Shameless
Now-
grab for hours.
Now, what was that? I missed that. Missed that
Shameless
comment.
grab for hours.
Still missed it.
Shameless grab for watch time.
No, not really, because I knew no one would bloody watch it. Now, what that was because I've got another channel I started up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Can't hear
oh,
copy.
yep, I missed that as well. What the
No,
hell? I got to clean my ears out.
He's way better looking than Ken Heron and makes a lot more sense too.
What happened? What did you liken me to? I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Ken
Keep
Heron.
Oh, did he?
Ken Heron. Yeah. Matt's
Ken
nothing
Heron.
like Ken Heron. He does not keep a 10-year-old piece of pizza framed on his wall. Nothing that fresh for Matt.
Where did you see where the? Anyway, so I've got this other channel going on, right? And you can run your live shows and things like that from that other channel. And, people join in, they just listen to music. They pop it on in the background. They do these things. And you end up with a shitload of views and all this time and crap. I'm thinking, well, I can put some stuff up together in my editing software and do that. And then just... So anyway, I got another subscription to Epidemic. And I just thought that I would pop it on my channel for one day. Just to say the fact, well, this is what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. If you want to have a crack, have a go and go over there and pop it on if you want to. If you want to chill out, have a coffee, whatever. And a lot of people do join in on that sort of shit and they just have it playing in the background. So anyway, that was more or less just a...
Yeah. Well,
let
that's
everyone know.
what's the other guy, FPV guy that flies in his house all the time? I guess he's over in Europe somewhere. Ruland, somebody. He plays a bunch of a montage of clips, and he has the music going, and you see clips of him flying his house, the dog, and whatever else going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he runs it like 8 hours a day throughout the weekend, something like that.
Okay.
A couple other folks do that.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, I won't be doing that, as a regular thing on this channel.
Yeah.
That was just a bit
I don't remember who it was, but I popped in there in the middle of the day, and somebody was talking to themselves because
I think
they thought other people were in the chat because they thought everybody was just in there hanging out. But then they were sitting there, and then after about 4 or 5 messages, they realized that they were the only one in there.
I think that may have been Jack Rabbit. I think, I'm not sure, but I did read that too. Yeah. I just realized I'm talking to myself. There's no one there. Haven't seen that yet. Was that Jack Rabbit? He's in the chat here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's asking about some video with the Mavic 3 28 times zoom might be useful in my work. If it's digital, it's not useful for anybody.
No, 28.
It's all right for inspections, Dre. You wouldn't use it for anything. Look, if they'd have put a mechanical shutter in it, I could have seen it being a very useful commercial.
Now,
machine.
see, you said that magic word again, Ari, because I said other day people were debating, is it mechanical or is it electronic?
We were talking about that just before you arrived. I was in here like 6 weeks or so ago, and I mentioned that I was disappointed, and Lon said, "No, go and have a look at the leaks. It's going to have a hardware shutter." And sure enough, everybody who was leaking specs said same as the Phantom hybrid. Hardware for stills and rolling shutter for video. And I thought, beauty. I've been planning to get around the end of the year to get a Phantom 4 RTK, and I thought, oh no, maybe I'll get the Mavic 3 instead because I'll have my inspection camera and a decent mapping camera in the one bird. But then when it was released, no, nothing. So that was a big disappointment.
Yeah,
It would have been sorry, mate.
No problem. That was always a big point. Like people like you and I, who look at those little small detail things of electronic shutter compared to a mechanical shutter. And like I said, the verbiage that was put out there was very ambiguous. It wasn't a hard mechanical. They used some kind of convoluted term of mechanical electronic, trying to combine the language together. And I'm like, no, it's one or the other.
Well, for people like you and I, Dre, it is a big deal. We're not the same here in the United as they are in the United States. In the United States, you actually have to have a surveyor's ticket in most states to be doing mapping with a drone. Here in Australia, you don't. But if you maintain that your output has survey grade accuracy, you've got to be able to provide that. And you can't do that without a mechanical. And and also, of course, whereas you can map without it, your drone has to virtually come to a halt for every shot. So you can only cover about a quarter or less of the ground per battery that you can. So in this day and age, I do think, especially since they killed off the Phantom series with the Phantom 4, I don't think there's going to be a Phantom 5. I really don't understand how DJI have missed that.
Well, it was the portability corner that they turned, and once they went down that street, there was no going back.
You can't tell me that they can't get a mechanical shutter in it.
I mean, I'm sure they can, but like you said, for the market they're going after with the Mavic series, the minis, and everything else in between, people not really worried about it. Don't really care. So
I guess they better keep making the Phantom 4 for another 5 years then.
Well, let me throw this out right now. Mavic 2 Pro came out with a Hasselblad camera and all that sort of shit. Not long after that, there was the Enterprise with all the different cameras. So, let's say in the future they come out with one. Here's one with a mechanical shutter.
Well, they could do it. There's nothing to stop them. But they're going to have to put a whole new payload on the drone.
Well, that's right.
When they brought out the Mavic 2 Enterprise, they didn't actually change the physical camera. They changed the software and a few bits and pieces, but it was basically the same hardware package.
Hang on. Didn't they? That's got a totally different camera on it.
Well,
no, it's basically a souped-up zoom camera.
Yeah, like I say, it has a thermal part on it.
Oh, yeah, the one that had the dual, that was different.
Yeah. That's what Matt's referring to. But I know what Ari's getting at is like you said, it's basically a firmware thing. It's not so much a hardware. And that's why I've been such a fan of the Evolve 2, because you can. I envision that being the next step of a Phantom type drone that professionals like Ari and myself would look toward, because it's in the right price point. And that's why I look at that too. I said, for a $4,000 drone, I can interchange lenses with a DSLR. That's money in the bank.
The only thing that bothers me about the Evolve, Dre, is the early reports indicate that it has one common issue with the Evolve 1, which is a very a poor link, poor range and poor stability. And I'm not going to put it something. I got rid of my Inspires for that reason. I got sick to death of the poor telemetry.
Right, and like I said, I'm looking at their videos. They're putting out a video almost one every other day, a couple of times a week, and I think they're hard at work trying to correct those little bugs. And I think once they get through that process, it will be the drone that I think professional individuals will go towards, because it gives you so many different options with the interchangeable lens feature. Where the Mavic 3 is going to be a great bird. I think the price of it keeps those who are just hobbyists in their area, because nobody wants to throw that kind of money unless you can justify it, unless you just want to be the kid that got the new one on the block. But I just don't see it yet. Plus the app for me is the big thing with the Mavic 3, the Fly.
Oh,
that's the biggest drawback, because they haven't even made the Air 2, the Air 2S, and the minis. The SDK file has not been released for none of it, for any of it.
Yeah, look, the SDK is out for the Mini 2, not for the Air 2S yet. It is for the Air 2. They're talking late December.
Dre, have you got to see what the options are in the Fly app yet for it? I haven't seen it, but I'm
no. And like I say, people, everybody, the videos I have seen, people have not really talked about the Fly app. Those who have said they wish they could go back to the Go 4. So that just tells me that, you know,
I'd rather go back to Go 4.
Yeah, they need to add more options in there.
Right. And like I say, DJI admitted right up front that this is not a complete bird, that there is some firmwares that are going to be needed just to get what they did sell to get it all up to speed.
But answer one question, Dre. You know, we've got a comment from Jack Rabbit that Chris Hope still flies the Phantom 4. I've got 3.
Fly it.
Well, 2 flying. Okay. Yeah. Apart, is there anything that you feel disadvantaged with when you're flying the Phantom 4? 5-year-old airframe that it is to this day. When I fly it, maybe, you know, I'd like the extra 10 minutes flight time that the new Mavic 3 promises. But other than that, there is not anything on that drone that I feel shortchanged by, despite its age.
No, I mean, for you and I,
it's like the DC3 of drones. It's old, but it's still relevant.
It's reliable and it gets the job done. And that's the point right there. It's reliable, gets the job done. And like I always say about some of the earlier models, there are so many accessories out there that you can still buy for it that keeps it in the air, keeps it running. Now, my thing is when you start having to deal with third-party batteries, that's when you got to start thinking, I need to start looking at something else. Because now I'm putting everything at risk.
I don't think we're going to have that issue with the Phantom 4 because of the Phantom 4 RTK and the multispectral. You know, they're going to be in production for a long time.
Bite your tongue there, Lon. I'm not in league with Mr. Captain Drone. I've been like I say, ever since the Evolve 2 was first presented at CES 2 years ago, I had high hopes for it because I'm looking down the road, the future of it. Now, I wish DJI would put out a Phantom 5 with a different payload, interchangeable lenses, because like I say, I trust what they build. It's just like people buy certain type of cars. People buy Chevys, they buy Dodges, they buy whatever because they've always bought one. Their daddy had one, grandpa had one, so that's what they buy because they believe in the brand.
Matt, would you put Lon's last comment up on the screen? I'll address that, and then I'll stop talking about drones. Who wants to talk about drones on the drone?
Okay.
I'm with Lon. Everyone's going on about how expensive the Mavic 3 is. Now, I don't think the base unit, just the drone, is a good value, but I don't think a base package in any drone is good value. And we'll take the Cine right out of the park because, despite what people say, virtually no one needs one. I don't need one. Unless you're a professional cinematographer or working for a movie company, you don't need one. And most of us have not got the computer to process that. I've got a better computer than most. I don't have that amount of storage or that amount of processing power to work with ProRes. But when you look at the Firemore, I'm working here in Australian dollars, but I'm sure it'll pretty well translate over everywhere else. A Mavic 2 Pro here is $2,400. A flyball kit is $650. A set of ND filters is $200 and odd bucks. Then you'd have to buy a case, another $250 because there's a half decent bag with the Flymore, and then you're going to need another 1 or 2 batteries for your Mavic 2 to get the same fly time that you get with the Mavic 3 with 3 batteries. All of a sudden, the outright purchase price difference between the Mavic 3 Flymore and a Mavic 2 with all the equivalent accessories is only about 350 to 400 Australian dollars. That is not an outrageous jump from one generation to the next.
No,
not in my eyes, anyway.
Yeah, and that's why I tell people who talk about selling off their old gear. I said, unfortunately, you're going to take a big loss for the simple fact that how do you account for, like my Mavic 2 Pro? I have 6 batteries for it, set of ND filters, full set. I have 2 controllers because I had the original when I bought it. It came with the A model that didn't work with the Epson BT glasses, so I bought a B model that did work. So like I said, there's different things that we have invested in our equipment that you can never get back. And like you say, if I sell my Mavic 2 Pro for market value based on all the things I have in there, I'd have to sell it for above $2,000.
Will not be selling my Mavic 2, even if
No, I
could
won't be
afford a
selling mine
Mavic
either.
3.
Yeah.
But I bet you Matt, Matt's like me. He likes to troll through the classifieds quite a bit. The second hand. You notice that people still trying to sell original Mavic Pros for $1,000 plus. Having a bit of a laugh at that, Matt.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'll tell you something with the second-hand market right now. I've done this, and my mate makes quite a little bit of money out of it too. He'll buy. We'll just talk Mavic Pro, right? Original Mavic Pro, and what he'll do, they'll advertise them for like $800, right? With 3 batteries and remote and bag and all that sort of shit, right? So he'll knock them down. He'll knock them down to as much as he can. He's got them for like $600, but with 3 batteries and all this sort of shit. And what he does is then he re-advertises them with the drone, 1 battery, and the bag, right? And he'll sell that for $650, $700, and then he'll sell the batteries. Those batteries go like that.
Yeah.
Right. Now, the only way to get your money, only way to get your money back, or to get close to your money back, is to sell those extra batteries you've got separately.
Yes.
You'll get top dollar for them, man.
Yep.
And people will look at that package, and if you want to put all that package together and say, "Oh, $2,000 for the lot," people will go piss off, and they'll look somewhere else. But after they've bought it, they'll go, "Shit, I need another couple of batteries."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They'll pay that.
Yep. Like I said, I was looking on somewhere today online, and a guy had a Phantom 4 Pro Obsidian, came with 4 batteries. The 4 batteries would pique my interest. So I said, how hard it is to even find Obsidian batteries in the first place? There's a guy right now selling one on eBay higher than what their brand new one costs. It's that's how rare that those things are. And I was seriously thinking, I said, man, $1,200, that's not too bad. 4 batteries, that's ballpark figure. I'm calculating everything in there. I said, because I can't hardly find the batteries that match the drone. So I'm like, I'm getting a bargain just by getting 4 batteries if they're in reasonable shape. So that's always the key thing.
I'll tell you what I have done in the past is I've bought a whole package which I don't need. I only need a couple of bits of it. And I've taken it, sold off the other bits, and ended up with 2 free batteries.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Didn't cost me a cent.
Yep.
Batteries are, the biggest consumable with the drone, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't know whether it's the same for you in the US drone, but but here, because of insurance and regulatory, requirements, once a battery's done 100 charges, time for it to go. Hey, Jim, you're looking great there, Jim.
Yep. Just to answer, Lon, you're 100% right on one thing, because I'm a golfer, and one thing happens is the same thing with drone flyers. Once your ability gets to a certain level, then you can say, I need to buy a more expensive drone, or in golf terms, I need better clubs, because the clubs I had don't perform at the level that I play at. So yes, I don't know about dropping $3,000 on golf clubs and everything, but I mean, at least I can say I got a couple of trophies and I won some money in my time playing golf and everything. But I know what you're saying. Like I said, your equipment needs to match your ability. And the same thing in drones.
I've got
you always hear these stories. You always hear these. No problem. I said you always hear these stories about people crashing drones and this, that, and everything else, and then you look at it. Well, you bought a $100 drone off Amazon or Kohl's or wherever else you buy, Target or whatever. So, and I always tell folks, I said, well, you got to look at what you paid for, what your ability is, and you match it all together. The very first drone I bought was a little cheap drone I bought off Amazon for about a little over $100, and I flew to my backyard for about 2 weeks, nonstop, just charging the batteries, flying, doing all the little figure 8s and circles and all this kind of stuff. And I said, my biggest thing was the camera was not what I needed something better for what I envisioned me to be doing, which is inspection work. So that's why I went and invested into a Spark. And I like the Spark, still have my Spark, because I still see there's some value in it, what I do. And I'll do some certain things. I don't want to put a bigger in the area because it's more of a liability or a hazard using a bigger drone. But I think a lot of people, like I say, once you start any type of field, you start with beginner tools and you work your way up to the more sophisticated tools.
Oh, of course. Of
Like
course.
everybody said, when we were all first got our driver's license, we all didn't get Ferraris and Lamborghinis. We started whatever bucket that you could afford, you know.
Yeah.
And as you got older and got a little more money in your pocket, you bought something that you really wanted. You
Yeah.
know, so that's just life in general. But like I say, it's just you know, going through
You
the
know what?
progression of life.
Yeah, exactly right. And who gets to make that assessment? Well, I assess myself. I know people do the same. You know,
Yeah.
it's a self-assessment basically. I mean,
Mhm.
And in
unless
the
you're
end,
doing
if you're
something.
happy with yourself,
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're doing something professionally, then obviously other people are assessing you. You know, and
Right.
you've got to work with that. But
Right.
you know, but this is the thing too, Lon. You
that's
know,
not true, Lon. I see it as both. I've got drones that are both. I've got drones that are tools. I've got drones that are toys. It was my passion before it was my business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and why not combine the two?
Matt,
Look, you know,
check the private chat.
there was a bloke who had a crack at me once for putting the name of the drone on the thumbnail, Mavic 2 Pro, right? And that was just, I just thought that what a ridiculous thing, you know. Apart from the wank, what is it? Apart from the wank factor, what's the point in putting? Well, people want to know what I'm flying. They want to know what
Exactly.
image it is. You know, they go, oh, look at that. Well, what's he flying? So anyway, and he said an expensive drone. Now, when it comes down to it, the Mavic 2 Pro compared to, as you look here, the surround sound system, I've spent big money on that too. You know, I've had the latest and greatest and all this sort of shit. Spent $4,000 just on an amp. You know, and when it comes down to it, even in photography, you know, people who are into hobbies, photography and all this sort of shit, can end up with their cameras and they're costing them $5,000 or $6,000 just for the camera. You know,
I got a
no lenses, no nothing. The drone.
$10,000 guitar, Matt. What you know? My top guitar. I've got 14 guitars, but my best one's worth $10,000. What's your keyboard worth?
Well, that keyboard that was 2.5 when I bought it, plus all the other shit that I've got with it, the stands and all that sort of crap. Well, look, I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on bloody musical instruments over the years. That's for sure, you know. So this guy's obviously got a bit of an issue where he finds that a Mini Minor 1968 model is an expensive car. So in relation to what people do in their hobbies, the 2 Pro and to an extent too, even the 3 is not an expensive outlay for somebody who spends money on hobbies. I mean, look at Adrian, for instance. He's got so many RC cars and all that sort of shit. Now they're bloody expensive. You know, they're really expensive. So when you put it into perspective, the 3 really, when it comes down to it, if you're into the hobby, it's not an expensive thing, you know. But it all depends on what you want to do with it, on how much money you want to invest into it, I guess.
Just sideways, segueing a little bit, Matt, I've got a question for you. Can you ever remember Jim making a more harmonious input to the panel?
I know. He's actually making sense today.
And I can't see a grey hair there anyway.
Here he comes. Hello, Chair. I thought Adrian is at your place.
You are killing me with these times.
Look, hey, man.
We just got out of bed, man.
Listen to me, Jim. Right?
Jim's a prick.
Now, has your changed? Oh, I missed that, Justin. Sorry.
I was doing like you were doing to Ron the other day.
What was I doing to Ron?
Remember when you were talking shit before he
I was too. Yeah. Now, Jim, has your time changed there for daylight savings or anything like that?
Yeah, well, what happened last weekend for everybody?
It's 7 o'clock now.
No,
right.
it's 8
okay.
o'clock.
Well,
Right
if
now.
that was the case, if that was
As in now, it's 7 o'clock.
I don't know why I bother. Listen to him.
Oh man! Don't feel bad, Jim. Like I said, I took the day off because I said if I don't go to work on a Thursday, don't look for me on Fridays.
Yeah, make a 4-day out of it, sure.
Yeah, I'm like that's just a waste, a holiday, and go to work the day after, so you can go back to a weekend. Like,
It always is, isn't it?
yeah,
It's stupid.
yeah. I'm like, nah.
Well, what do I do? What do I do now? Go back to 10 o'clock? So then it's 7 o'clock?
No,
And then we only do another hour.
Then you go to work and we only get an hour. Well,
That's right.
Tell them at work you have to start an hour later because it's daylight saving in the States.
That's right. Sorry, your delivery's going to be late today. Matt was doing a live show.
Exactly.
That works well.
You guys don't change it all over there?
No.
Not in Queensland. They've been arguing over it for 40 years, but in the southern states they do.
Thank you for the message, Ari. I forgot to get back to you. How did that
That's all
work out? How'd your shots work out?
Good. I got some good shots, mate. Weather was appalling, but
Yeah.
I was basically ready to go home. I was sitting in the work truck. They drive me down in a 4-wheel drive, and it's bucketing down. And I looked at my driver and I said, I think I'm going to call it. And it stopped raining. I said, look, I'll jump out. I'll do one flight just so that I've got some footage to show them how bad it was. And I managed to get it all done. So there you go.
Oh, cool. So I was going through my email and I saw Brian BMAC Aerials. I had an email on there. Hey, jump on my live stream, and it said 4:15. So I'm like, oh man, I must have missed it. So I pressed the StreamYard thing. Bingo, he's still live, and I'm on there and we're talking. I said, he pops up your channel and shows that you're. I said, what the hell? It's only 6:30.
People only go on Brian's channel to see his dog.
It's got 3 of the damn things, and if his camera, remember when his camera was doing that focusing thing?
No, that was wrong.
No, Brian's camera was actually focusing when he moved around. Imagine if he had the 3 dogs and it would be trying to focus on each dog.
Hang on, where's my comments? Here we go. Sorry.
All right,
Good
we got
comments?
3 seconds, and the show goes to shit. It's 1 hour.
Yeah. That's right. We get 1 hour before everything just goes, okay, enough of this crap. When I did that live show on Tuesday, your time, it just went to crap straight from the start.
And
That was
what
just,
time did you go live Tuesday?
Mate, we were in bed. You were in
Shit,
bed.
it was like, what, 10:30, 11 in the morning? Our
I
time?
was
Yes,
in bed. Yeah.
Well,
It
your
would've
time, I'm getting to work at 6:30 in the morning. I'm looking, I see the thing, invitation. Oh, join me on StreamYard tonight. I'm thinking, okay, when I get home from work, I'll get on StreamYard.
Right.
I go up YouTube and I said, he's live now. I
Yeah.
said, what? It's 6:30 in the morning. I'm just going to my office, sitting down, checking my emails.
He was pissed drunk, too, all over the place.
That usually means he's pickled if he's on that.
Yeah.
level.
I'm like, holy smokes.
You got to go back and watch that, though, Jim. That shit was hilarious.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Show us the other side of the bottle, Matt.
Which side? The empty side?
No. What do you got there? I can't see what it is. Is that Bundy?
No, that's tequila.
Oh,
no, you
Jose.
keep that crap.
Jose
Yeah.
Cuervo. It goes
And that
down
was-
smooth, though, doesn't it?
It does. It
Yeah.
does. It's a very nice. Oh, I'm going to work. Hang
You
on.
got to
Very
work, man.
Jackrabbit, you're correct. He screwed everybody up that day.
Yep.
I did. Sorry, yeah, I did. Yeah, Jack Rabbit did that. What did you screw on my work up going live? So yeah, no, we had a bloody good laugh that night, man. It was so much fun. I think it only lasted like an hour and a half or whatever it is, but yeah, geez, I'll tell you, yeah, because it was like 2 a.m. my time or 1:30, something like that. And I was doing a bit of shit around the house here, and here we go.
What the hell?
I've got a mess going on. I got to clean up a little bit.
It's like you're over manscaping or something.
It sounded like Jim's lover had arrived. Yeah.
The vibrator, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have gotten to that drawer I posted earlier, Jim.
Yeah.
What drawer?
Jim sent me a message back after I sent that to him. He said, "What the hell kind of music did you grow up on?"
Yeah. What is it? What's the Van Halen or Led Zeppelin? No, it's always this rap crap that I don't
Well,
get.
that was because I needed that for that particular
Yeah,
clip. though.
different
What was what I
generation,
was
Jim.
doing.
Different. How old are you, Justin?
36.
Shit his belly out of short pants, Jim.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've got them doubled there. Well, not quite. Thank you.
No, he's grown up because you're using the big boy toys in those drawers by the looks of things.
Yeah, that's depressing. Everybody on the panel is old enough to be Justin's father.
Yeah.
We may all just be.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so you were there that
Oh,
night too.
God.
Damn, I was drunk.
You were
Yeah,
sitting there showing my chair, Matt?
Yes, I was, mate. Yeah, because I thought it was amusing that Adrian Boyd popped on,
Yeah.
and
Adrian
In his bed, you know.
yeah, that was funny when he went to sleep, and I just kept his picture up full screen.
Has anyone told you that you're a cruel man, Matt North?
Yes.
I thought so.
You know, how many you were talking about that one guy.
It's always that one guy.
What is that?
Hang on.
Bluetooth?
It's Ari.
Oh, it went away.
Yep. What guy?
I was thinking about they got this show called Mindhunter, which is on serial killers, and they like to use directors that are not from the United States, so that this will be all a new thing to them. And I'm thinking, well, Matt told me about the guy over in Australia with the mustache, and you say I look like him.
Chopper.
Ivan
Yeah.
Milat.
No, Chopper.
Nah, he's more like Ivan Milat, if you ask me, Matt.
He was saying Chopper Dave or something like that.
Chopper Reed.
Chopper
Yeah.
Reed.
Chopper who?
Chopper Reed.
Chopper Reed. Okay, now
Yeah.
he was a serial killer, right?
No,
No.
He killed most of the people he killed were inside. They were child molesters and so forth.
Oh well, that's excusable.
He was a good murderer.
Yeah, the good kind.
The good kind.
An ethical killer. Yeah.
There's a difference. But yes, mentally unstable. So yes, anyone with a moustache like that, you've got to be a little bit careful of.
There's Brian. He just shut his show off and came on here.
Oh, Jim, I just saw the infamous video the other night too.
Okay, guys, I'm going to stick a link in the chat there to Chopper's driving school. Now, tell me if that's not Chopper, but it looks close enough like him. Tell me if that doesn't look and sound like Jim.
Oh, that's right.
YouTube's taking its time to get on there. Maybe I should go to live chat.
Yeah, live chat's good.
Let me go to live chat. All right, there it is.
I can't believe you were timing the serious conversation, Justin.
Oh, I always do.
Yeah, sorry to talk that long about drones on a drone live stream. Shit.
Yeah.
It was a whole hour of boring shit. Jack the Ripper. Did he have a moustache? He might have had a beard back then. One of those English things. Ned Kelly, yes. Well, he was Irish. Ned Kelly. Yeah.
Going over a speed bump with a 410 shotgun in your pants? What the hell's this guy talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That video's 10 years old.
Yeah. Chopper's been dead for a couple of years now.
Aw.
I went and saw he did a talk circuit around the local hotels trying to get money when he was sick. I went along to see him. It was a sad thing. He's standing up there wearing fuzzy carpet slippers, telling you how he used to put hurt on people inside. He was a hard man in his day, but
yeah. How did he go?
Cancer.
Oh shit. That's a horrible disease.
Sure is.
Did I ever tell you about my neighbor across the street, literally across the street? He came up to me one day and said, "Jim, I can't eat." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Even eggs or something like that." I said, "Dude," he was one of those guys that don't go to the doctor and all that. So I took him to the hospital. He was gone in 90 days. Pancreatic cancer.
Oh, pancreatic. Yeah, very low survival rate. Just ask Steve Jobs.
Gone in 90 days.
It doesn't matter how much money you got.
Nope.
Unreal.
Well, yeah, cancer is not fun.
Jim waited to come on. He wanted
What's
to
up,
wait.
Steve?
Hey,
I waited
Steve.
till the show got better. YouTube is really pissing me off again. Not
Here we go.
unsubscribing you and me, Matt. But
That's-
My wife is watching you guys laughing our ass off.
when I type someone's
Now-
name in the description, it should pop up with their YouTube channel name. Have you ever done that?
What's that?
Apparently, you've never done that because you have no friends. You actually had a friend and you actually typed their name in your YouTube video's description, you would have seen that it pops up names.
Oh, sorry, Don. How are you, mate? Jeez.
Hey, Don.
How
Now
long
you
were you
can
back
find
there,
Jim.
Don?
And a big fuck you, Jim. Right. How you going there, Don?
Hey, Steve.
Remember to smash that like. Just watch that review, that little drone. What a great little drone those things are. Very surprising that this little tiny thing that you buy in a $2 shop, right? It's got obstacle avoidance.
Yeah.
What?
What
I
drone is
couldn't
this?
believe it.
I missed it.
Is that a new one from you, Don?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just recently, Lulin is the company that puts it out. It's just I don't know, about this big, and but it's not cheap. They want $80 for that stupid thing. So
Wow, you might as well go and buy a couple of Mavic 3s rather than waste that sort of money.
Yeah, go get the.
were you
Can
on
you
last week,
believe-
Gary? I can't remember. When
No, mate, I missed it last week. I was out with my dad.
Oh, very good, very good.
Mm.
But I told Matt, I can only stay on a bit because I've got the drone, and everyone else has got their reviews out, and I haven't done my review yet.
He tricked us.
Matt
He
fell for it. Hook, line, and
Clickbaited me, man. Clickbaited me.
You should be used to that, Matt.
Only from you. No, from Ron, sorry, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah, don't put that shit on me. That's wrong.
Yeah, well, I never
National
put you on
Geographic fucking clickbaiter.
there. Yeah, National Geographic. Shutterstock King. He's supposed to be popping in, so hopefully he's listening. Because we were bagging him on Tuesday, and we're just waiting, and there all of a sudden he comes up in the chat with Dollinger with his, I know where you live and work. He's in.
And because of this, Matt has canceled his trip to the United States.
I have. Yep, no more. I won't be going over there. There's a lot of trouble if I go over there. You guys have got guns.
No big
and,
loss there.
They'd stop you at the border
Yeah.
anyway, Matt, because
Actually, Dre wants to knock my head in because when I was on Rodney's show or something. Now Dre reckons that someone's going to come knock on my door. It might not be him, but it'll be from me. That's what he said.
Jim's liable to beat you with the Da Vinci manual. You get off a plane.
No, he's going to beat him with the Da Vinci manual.
That's
Yeah.
what I said.
That's what he just said.
That's worse.
right,
That's worse than a phone book.
It's
Well,
worse
you-
than the New York City phone book. Yeah.
Well, it'll be the Da Vinci manual. He'll find his cursor.
Here we go again. Look,
And,
fucking Ron.
and just like Matt said on Tuesday, Ron, if anything was said about you, it was just lost in translation.
It's probably
Right.
true, though, Ron.
I didn't.
The whole thing about being a LGBTQ plus guy and all that stuff. He didn't mean any of that.
Didn't mean that. No.
Ron is an LGBTQI plus icon, I'll have you know.
Well,
LB
let me
sorry.
ask you something. If you're in Great Britain, do you have to change the name of your cigarettes now? Because you can't be a fag anymore. So what do you got to?
They used
What
to
is-
call them that here too, Jim.
Here we go.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, brother, can I bum a fag? Well,
I've got to share this with you, though. I was talking about this with my daughter
So
the other day, and most of
use
the kids, you know,
protection, Jim.
we were going through. I keep stumbling over LGBTQI plus, because you can't let anyone out; they get offended. She puts up her hand. She said, "Dad, stop. We just call them the alphabet mafia."
It's posted in the post office.
I like that. The alphabet.
They
mafia.
are. It's true. And well, apparently there's wanted dead or alive signs through the US with my mug on it. What's this? Oh, look at this.
Preferably dead. Yeah.
Matt's poster in the post office.
Oh, the FBI does that here. You know, the 10 most wanted.
Do you remember that dude? Oh, what was it? Mysteries, Unsolved Mysteries or something. And that fella that used to compare the show, he was the presenter of the show.
Yeah.
Robert Stack.
Yeah.
Was that his name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Robert Stack.
Oh
On
yeah, I remember
that night. Yeah.
At 8:15 p.m., he was worse than Jack Webb with Just the Facts, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Do you remember Ripley's Believe It or Not?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Do you remember that, Justin? Tell me something
Oh, yeah.
about that.
Believe
What?
it.
I
Yeah,
see
they
him
have-
up
But I never watched it.
in Jacksonville. They have one too, and there's some shit that looks just like Justin in that museum.
Where's my fucking lighter at?
You know, the shrunken heads and stuff looks just like them.
Is that why that looks bigger down there? Okay.
Lon, they will not let Matt into New Zealand. Sheep do have standards, it turns out.
It's not
dear.
wanted anywhere.
Well, it's not on RE. No means no, doesn't it? You know, but
No means
I can't understand. I can't understand sheep, so I just go for it.
yeah, that, if you ever wonder why most Kiwis wear gum boots, you just slip one of the back legs down the front of each boot, and that sheep's not going anywhere.
Jesus.
What's
Mind
a
you,
gum-
the Kiwis do have standards. They don't wear tutus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Done.
nah,
Yeah,
Matt's
they're
not
not-
the only one who's wanted dead and alive now.
They're not weird. Yeah.
they might be queer, but they're not weird.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's like that. What's it? I say, did you hear about Reginald Smythe Forbes? No. Caught having intercourse with his horse, don't you know? Oh, gad. Mare or stallion? Oh, mare, of course. Nothing queer about it, Reggie.
Jesus.
Mare or stallion. Like that makes it better.
Nothing queer about our Reggie.
Yeah. He's not out bumming a fag.
Well, you guys got my wife
This is
cracking
where
up right
the
now.
show has gone to now.
Where's that video of Adrian and the horse?
Well, so
Yeah,
you're
do
wearing
that.
headphones, but your wife
Bring
can
that
still
up,
hear this,
brother.
Justin.
Yeah.
So
Bring
Matt,
that up.
What's with all these shows at weird times of the day and night?
Well, every now and again I do one during the week, and it all
It's
depends
called
on
drinking.
And a small bit of cocaine.
Yeah.
let's just admit, Matt, Johnny takes his time to make out a schedule
And
on
then
everybody's show. And Matt
Yeah.
decides he wants to be the rebel and just does what he wants to do.
I'll just do what the hell I want to do on my own schedule.
Yep. Everybody's trying to be on the schedule, but no, not Matt. Nah.
So,
Screw that, man.
Some of us
I'll throw out
work, you know,
invitations all day and night long, and whoever gets it shows up. And matter of fact, the world evolves around the small island of Australia.
Small.
Ever listen to the wording of that?
9% bigger than the continental United States. It's a small island.
Yeah, it's an overglorified island.
Yeah.
Go with Tasmania. You're better off there.
Yeah, we are. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong
sort
with a
of-
map of Tassie.
Yeah, Tasmania's a bit like, Arkansas. Very like Arkansas.
So check this out. Justin, did you hear this? At 3 o'clock in the morning, they snuck immigrants into Orlando International Airport.
Oh yeah, DeSantis did a whole news story about it.
I know. I sent it
watched
to you.
this. Yeah, I watched it.
That's unbelievable, man. You don't even have a say. And one guy has already killed 4 people.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, Bob.
No problem. there.
He's just an overachiever, Jim.
No,
Yeah.
which immigrants you talking about? You talking about the ones from Afghanistan or what?
Yeah, the Afghanistan.
and there was some that were from Honduras too. That one dude I think was from Honduras.
The one
So he's only
did the
so
murders.
He's only
Yeah.
killed 4, so he's got to not quite yet up to the American average. Is that
Well, he's trying to blend in. He's trying to blend in with the
trying to
neighborhood.
blend in?
But my thing is, this is what cracks me up. Everybody gets all upset at how the, how we say, retrograde happened. We don't use the word retreat. The retrograde happened out of Afghanistan. And all these people, they're trying to say, oh, you got to go back and save this guy, save that guy, save his family. And I always tell people, I said, where do you think these folks going to go, where they're going? Where do you think they're going to put them?
Right.
And they don't think about that until they show up and say, whoa, wait a minute. Not my neighborhood. You know, I said, yeah, your neighborhood.
Remember the 1980s when they put up a tent city in Miami? It became Little Cuba.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Well,
And the same thing with the San Salvador's when that old Iran-Contra stuff went down and we brought all those folks to Southern California.
Yeah.
And I said, there they are.
I mean,
That's
it's
what I
just
told-
like, I was gonna say, it's just like moving Matt into your neighborhood. You just don't.
I know. I mean,
The
that's what
neighbors
makes
should
me
be
laugh.
Advised. We should be advised of this happening. Turn your weapons this way.
Yeah.
Isn't,
What
like
gets me though,
20%
people get upset,
Canadian, though,
and even Reagan was getting all upset about 18th Street gang members. And I
Hey,
said,
Chris.
we made the 18th Street gang members. They're all from San Salvador.
Right.
We brought them here. They created a gang amongst themselves to survive because they're getting picked on by other gang members. And like I said, we created the 18th Street gang because they were all from San Salvador.
The problem
Not
coming
across
to
the United States.
Illegal
Nope.
immigrants are a huge problem. So I was told by a First Nations person.
An Indian told you that?
Yeah, that's right.
We didn't
Those
steal
damn
their land.
illegal immigrants, put them back on the Mayflower.
We gave them casinos. Are you kidding? They're richer than any of us.
That
I'm
was
sure they
before
will.
or after the smallpox.
Yeah.
Yep. Steve,
That whole
Steve-
thing of walking them to Florida was ridiculous, man.
yeah. You're right, Steve. Same thing. When all the at the end of Vietnam, we brought all the Vietnamese from Vietnam that wanted to get out, who needed to get out, and now because I remember, growing up as a kid,
73, 75.
yeah. And I say about it. Right now, you drive through Garden Grove, Westminster, Fountain Valley, the north end of Orange County. When I was a kid, that was predominantly Anglo-Saxon white areas of Orange County. Now you have to make sure you bring a book, a dictionary, interpreter to drive down those same streets because you won't find a sign in American English. They're all in Vietnamese.
Wow.
We've been pretty lucky, Dre. We have a large Vietnamese community here because we were a lot closer after the
Right.
Vietnam War, and we got a lot of refugees came here by boat and so forth. But by and large, they have all integrated very, very well into
That's the
Australian
question.
society.
Have they assimilated?
Very, very well.
Because they
Very
come
well.
here and they don't even learn to speak English. They let their kids who grow up learn the English, and then that's the interpreter.
Even the older ones, I find, we get them quite a bit here. Even the older ones, they make the effort. They might be in their 70s and their 80s, but they have enough English to communicate with me, and I respect the effort.
Yeah.
No, they're not doing it here.
And I'm
Yeah.
sure their English
Yeah.
is far better than your Vietnamese.
Well, you should never move to a country and expect them to speak your language.
And
No,
listen,
well,
I have
except-
honest to God, and I ain't shitting you, and I've told this story before. I've used Google Translate with a woman who was pregnant in a car accident as I'm taking her to Orlando Regional Medical Center in my ambulance. I had to use Google Translate because she was only 30 and didn't bother to learn the English language.
At that age, that's no excuse. If I went to live overseas, even at my age, I'd be making a really red hot crack at learning the language.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
If I went to America, I'd learn to speak American and forget about English.
A totally different way of speaking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I
it's
saw
the
you
proper
smile
way.
there, Don. I saw you smile, Don.
And then it depends what part of the states you're in. I mean, go fuck yourself could mean something in New York where, in California, they're going to take that seriously. But New York, you're saying hello. Go fuck yourself. It's nothing.
I
But
just have to use.
California, I don't know. You hurt their feelings. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Where's my
I can't
safe
vote for
place?
him. Yeah, right.
Where's my safe place?
Safe word.
Safe word. What is your safe word, Jim?
Biden.
Pineapple juice.
F. Biden. FJB. You guys got to answer this question for me. Did that girl who was doing the interview, was she really that stupid, or was she trying to just like talk over the crowd and not make it as obvious that the whole crowd at the racetrack was screaming F Joe Biden, and she's saying, "Oh, look, the crowd's cheering for you."
I don't know. It's hard to say whether she did it on purpose or not.
Hey, Rob, how are you, mate?
I think maybe more or less she might have done it on purpose, only for the simple fact that they were on TV at the time. So I don't know.
Yeah. Because she couldn't acknowledge it on broadcast TV. You know what I mean? Hey, look, they're saying F Joe Biden.
Well, she wasn't on Fox News neither, so. Or is it the Australian? Was it Sky News?
Sky News, yeah.
That's a good one.
They're
or China.
The truth.
China Uncovered. That's another good news source.
Sky
They're the
News,
ones that,
the UK.
Seriously?
What?
China Uncovered?
Yeah, that's the one that China hates because they're always bashing the shit out of China. China can't stand that news network.
China did 150 military flights over Taiwan this year alone. Are they trying to start a war? I don't get it.
It's antagonizing.
Yeah.
They're waiting for reactions and shit. You know?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is don't take Afghanistan as the U.S. military cannot hold their own.
No, that wasn't our fault.
Because, no. But
it was a political motivation to be there to begin with and a political motivation to get out.
Yep.
If the U.S. military wants to fuck shit up, they'll do it.
Yeah, but to leave that, the only thing I'll say is, I mean, from Russia on to the U.S., to leave Bagram Air Base alone is flat out stupid.
Well, this is something I've always found amusing. I mean, everyone remembers Douglas MacArthur for his old soldiers never die speech. But what I find amusing is, why he was relieved, which was, during the Korean War, when it was going particularly bad, when the Chinese troops advanced all the way to the bottom, he wanted to drop 36 nukes on China. And when the then president, I think it was Truman, wouldn't have it, his last words privately to him were, "You're going to be sorry that you didn't listen to me."
There's 300 billion of them? I heard, the last I heard, China was so large in population that they couldn't, and so many different dialects, by the way, that they couldn't even count the entire population.
Well,
they're at 1.4 or 5 billion, right around there.
What I heard was at school was that if the entire population of China climbed on a chair and jumped off simultaneously, the shock waves would travel 3 times around the Earth.
Listen, that's nothing, because we were taught when the nuclear bomb is dropping, you just get under your desk.
Cover, yeah.
Get under your desk and you're going to be fine.
And cover your eyes. Don't forget.
Dre remembers that because he's laughing. They used to teach us that. Get under your desk and do this with your head.
They still teach it now for earthquake safety. I still say things for earthquake safety. Get under your desk, cover your head.
You get about a half a second of dust cloud before you're vaporized.
Yep.
If you've ever seen the pictures from Nagasaki, there's just shadows on the ground of where humans used to be.
Yeah, but I think
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Who types all that?
Skippy elevation.
Was it Justin
Bob,
who
mate.
said about don't take the fact that you got beaten in Afghanistan? You know what? After Korea and Vietnam and Afghanistan, I got one thing to say. You Americans just lose your focus too damn easy. You could have won all 3 of those.
There was no heart in it, man.
Wasn't lack of ability. It was lack of commitment.
Look.
What do you consider
how
a loss?
stupid are you when the Vietnamese moved the whole thing to the Ho Chi Minh Trail? They just put it in Laos and Cambodia and went around us. Oh, the Marines are going to be here. We'll just go around them.
But Harry, don't forget they started this routine with when they invaded Canada in 1812.
Well,
we won't go into that one, but they had to build a whole. They can't complain. They got a whole new White House out of it.
It's true. Renovation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that one was wood. They had no ADT, but there was a big doorbell on it.
The way America conducts its foreign policy and affairs go back to the founding of this country. We left a authoritarian monarchy that basically was the largest colonizer of the entire planet at the time. Right. So when we fight for independence, one of the founding documents that we believe in is almost like we call a proclamation. The term I'm looking for, not proclamation, but not. Just want to be left alone. We don't want to get involved in European fights. We don't want to get involved in anybody else's problem, but we do it anyway because we were seen as a major force after World War I. We're seen as a major force to be reckoned with. So we end up being the policemen of the entire world because we have the ability to do so. But that founding principles and ideology that we have in America is that we don't want to talk. We don't want to be in fights. We want to be left alone, do what we want to do.
The rest of the world sees it a little differently than that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The rest of the world sees it differently.
We see that as not that it's. We see the American view as if it doesn't bother us, we don't want to be bothered.
Right.
The Americans see that they reluctantly came in for 2 world wars and saved the world. We see that you were dragged in halfway through when all the shit was mostly over.
Mm-hmm. Dude, wait a minute. Don't play like
not on World War
II. I was waiting for this.
Don't pull that bullshit on me.
Well,
hang on.
Ari, I have to agree somewhat with you because there was a Marine captain who did a tour of the Pacific 3 years earlier and came back with a report, and the American government didn't like what he had to say. And they ignored his report because he foresaw all the buildup that the Japanese were doing, what was going on, and they chose to ignore it.
But you're talking about a country that had to do a Lend-Lease Act with Great Britain because we didn't have a military built up. We didn't have shit built up, Ari. It wasn't like Rosie the Riveter was standing there.
You actually are right on the money there when you talk about Lend-Lease. That was all the rest of the world.
I know, because I know my history.
Yeah, well,
that education paid off.
I'm not saying it wasn't worthwhile having the American service in the latter part of the Second World War. But by the time America had come into the war with troops, I won't say the Second World War was won, but it had already been lost by the Axis powers. The minute they invaded Russia, it was over. But what we needed from America, we already had before your troops came in. We had America's manufacturing base. You supplied the world with everything. That would have been enough. The war might not have ended until 1947, 1948 without American troops, but it still would have come to the same conclusion if America had continued to arm the world.
Okay. All right. So fuck you the next time you need us. Next time you need us, call
the
me.
Messenger, Jim.
Call me. I'll tell you to call someone who cares.
I heard a lot of guns cocking in the chat.
But going back to the original questions that the American public,
Mavic 3.
The American public never has a sustained appetite for war.
Nope.
And that's what always kills us. I mean, that's why I could never believe how Bush Sr. lost his second election. And the man had the most successful campaign, won a battle, got minimum loss of life, and he lost that election. And to this day, I can't figure that out. All
so
because
many wussies in America.
Yeah,
it's funny though. You were saying, Dre, they had American officers who were warning the administration what was going to happen with the second. And something there were Japanese who had been over in America, people like Yamamoto and so forth, who were saying to their government, "This is going to end badly. You bomb them at Pearl Harbor. It's not going to go well." I think Yamamoto's exact words were, "I can manage the Americans for 6 to 12 months."
Yeah.
And Patton's exact words were, "Fuck you, I'm taking Russia."
I like Patton's last words. What a hell of a way to die.
They stopped them from taking Russia, which who knows how many wars could have actually been prevented. Because now, like you guys are talking about, and like we don't start a war. We send 50 CIA agents over to train.
Stir the pot.
Yeah,
Stir the pot.
To train.
Yeah.
Well, full disclosure, Bob. I was born in Terendak Military Barracks in Southeast Asia when the fighting was going on before you guys arrived. I'm seventh generation in my family service, and we all know US servicemen very, very well. And individually, we love you. It's only as a nation you scare the living shit out of us.
It's not. You know what? If I was right now, I'd be iffy if I was an American partner state, as they call them, you know, because the backing out like we did, we
It
really
sends a bad
screwed.
message. Yeah,
We
it
really
sends a bad message.
Australia, we didn't tell anybody that we were doing this.
I'm just as disgusted with our mob, Jim. You know, I mean, obviously it won't have made the news over there, but you know, Dre was talking about it before. The people who need to get out of the country. Our government, we took in the Iraqi and Afghan people who have worked directly for our military, the contractors who were our interpreters and so forth. But that was only about 20% of them. The other 80% were contractors, and our government said, "Oh no, we don't have to take the contractors," and they left them behind. So you know, don't think that sort of disgusting cop-outism is unique to United States politicians. Mm-hmm. Ours are just as disgusting.
I think that question which we started asking earlier was, what are we going to do with them? I think Dre said that, right? You got all these liberals. Oh, we have to save them. What are we going to do with them? I say you go around the whole country and you seal it off. Leave it for 5 years. And when they start screaming for help, say, can't help you out. But you're not leaving. You're not leaving.
Got to be a difference.
Coming over here.
There's got to be a difference, though, Jim, between your regular, illegal, unwanted, unsolicited immigrant who just tries to sneak in across the border and somebody who's asking you to take them in because they assisted your military or your government in a situation that's gone west.
Like you said, how many
that can, you know, brings money to the table, basically. It enriches the country as opposed to just a leech. Yeah. So
right.
So let's ask the host.
And what are the actual numbers? I mean,
we'll never know, Jim.
Right. When would people actually be satisfied? If only 100 people were left behind? I mean, do I got to take the translator's nephew and uncle and brother-in-law and all that shit? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that, and I don't think a lot of military people do either. That's why they just said screw it and left.
Well,
because if you hadn't told them, the idiots were being held at bay by 2,500 Marines. Until somebody told them that there's only 2,500 Marines here. Let's take over our own country.
You thank the media for that one, don't you, Jim?
Yeah, yep.
Hey, Justin, don't underestimate Matt. He's already infiltrated America with his zigzag propaganda.
Oh, yeah, I know all about that.
Well, only guy who's been infiltrating America for the last, 60 years with the zigzag guy? Take your ponytail down there, Matt. Trying to sneak in.
Robert.
Now he gets what I'm talking about.
Robert says that he was stationed in Korea, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Germany. We all know Germany was the most dangerous, those German women. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I had fun in Germany. Mama, I think Rob Glazier was over there too at some point.
Yeah, he's saying he was in Korea, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Germany.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It flat out gets annoying when you're the soldier, and I can understand where that Lieutenant Colonel Schuller, was it, who turned around and said, F this after 17 years? I mean, to watch, put that up, Matt. Put that up.
Yeah, right.
To watch.
Oh, wow.
You guys remember that one?
Yeah.
Frightening.
I didn't know whether to use that bit to piss in or sit on it. I don't know. In that outfit.
It's got nothing.
What is going on in this picture?
Oh. But that was when we were checking out those apps where it does the different things, Matt? Was that what that was?
Yeah. Now, who did that one?
I did. No, you did it and sent it to me.
No, I didn't do it. Someone else did it. Someone else
So
did it and
it's
sent it.
your body with someone else's face? Matt?
Yeah, maybe the other way. If I had a body like that, I wouldn't leave home.
No reason to.
No, I would just
But you
I
still
would
got
just-
that face.
whatever.
Only a mother could love.
Yeah,
Right next to the urinals.
don't turn around. Don't turn around.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I'd have a lot of fun with myself if I looked like that. Don't worry about that.
That white thing is not a breath mint.
Yeah.
I got a nice paper bag go right over your head, Matt.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I wouldn't doubt that, Justin.
You know,
Oh,
I am
dear.
still trying, Matt. I'm still trying to find the damn horse
Cursor?
video.
Cursor?
The cursor,
No, I'll never get that cursor.
the thing with the finger.
Can't find that hair.
The horse video with Adrian getting abused, manhandled
No,
by the.
no.
That was real?
It was,
Yes.
yes, mate.
I've
yes.
never seen that.
Yeah, now, Justin, this is what I was talking about the other night. You didn't see it.
I
Where
thought,
Adrian,
I thought you were just joking. I didn't know that was a
no,
real video.
No.
you can't quite see Adrian's. Well, you can sort of, but you can't quite see his face because
It
you're
gets
too
about
busy.
half of it, right? Like a
Yeah.
profile shot.
And then the horse just decides that Adrian looks pretty damn sexy.
It
And,
literally
um,
flips him up onto the back of the horse, right?
Does, yeah.
Like he
Get
takes
up
his
here.
horse. He goes, here you
Get
go.
up here.
Get up,
Look
little
what Ron
buddy.
wrote, Matt. Look what
Hey?
Ron wrote. Look what Ron wrote.
Ron.
Put that up on the screen.
Oh, you know, each to their own, Ron. Don't. Hang on, where are we?
How do you not have that video queued up for every week?
Because between Matt and I and Ron, we share so many of these stupid little things that
Yeah, and that was one of because
it's one of hundreds.
You need to
when-
do like Andrew does on Roger's channel, have a whole hard drive of just shit on there.
Yeah, well, that is his computer.
Yeah, for Andrew.
That's
Andrew
mainly-
has a whole hard drive with just shit like that on it.
I
No.
believe it. He's been doing it for years.
Speaking of short little flicks, Matt, so you have a Mini 2 now?
No, I've got Ari's Mini too.
Oh, you have Ari's Mini 2.
Yeah, he lent it to me, but
Ari
ever since he
have-
lent,
Does Ari have a set of these?
no, it doesn't snow here, mate. So we don't
I
worry
guess
about that.
that part of the Santa Claus kit.
That's for Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Santa Claus attachment.
You got to
Yeah,
get the PGY
It's
Tech.
an upcoming video. I'll describe
There
these.
you go.
It stays under 250 grand. Can't believe it.
Mika Steve printed me one just like that.
Yeah, it's on Thingiverse.
Yep,
Which one
it's a
was
great
this,
little.
Matt?
Sorry, mate.
Which one was this picture?
I'm not sure if I'm going to show that.
Well, let me show the other one then. It's a little more. Yeah, well, that one we can show.
Anybody at the door?
When did you two get so damn sensitive?
That was Curtis Dart, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, it might be. Yeah, it might be.
I think that was
Yeah.
Curtis Dart.
Well, why don't you let the crowd see and make their own determination?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, it's just
Why
What
am
are you
I worried?
the mic.
If this was my show, it'd be on already. What takes you so long?
Speaking of your show, Jim, what happened? Come on, get into it.
Because one of our contestants told me that someone else was doing something, and I said, okay, let them. This ain't a competition. And then they didn't wind up doing something. And so now I wound up looking like an idiot for not doing the show. And then I asked you, and you said, I already did a drunk show this morning.
I hate that when I listen
And then
to
I got
somebody
stuck.
and they help make me look like an idiot. I don't need any help to look like an idiot.
Now, number one,
Was that Matt on the bottom?
that's Bigfoot.
There. Show this one, Matt.
That's Bigfoot.
That's the brunette one, Justin.
Oh,
All right, don't get us all in trouble.
You know what? We're in the green room that looked like a bottle of Coke.
Right. Right.
That's not a bottle of Coke.
That's the full liter size.
That's a Mexican. That's a Mexican Coke.
Take care, Steve. Enjoy the pizza.
Oh,
All right,
Steve,
Steve, take care.
Oh, it's pizza
See you,
night.
mate.
That's right.
Come on, Jim. Find the bloody.
I swear to God, I am going through these.
Well, was it in the message, or did you just pick it up?
I'm in actual messenger over
Yeah,
there.
but was it in there to start with?
Yeah, because I sent it to everybody.
Did you?
Yes.
Didn't send it to me.
I only remember
Larry, I had to have sent it to you.
you're still not in the email list.
Look in.
are you?
What? Look into what?
I was
Justin?
gonna say, look into whoever you sent it to that you don't chat with very often, and you'll probably be able to find it easier.
Yeah, well,
That'd be all of
that'd be
them.
yours. I'll just go to
Yeah.
yours. Oh. Yeah, he
found
found it.
Oh, good boy.
No, because I'll send Jim some like stupid TikTok shit, and then he'll
Cool,
turn around and
Jim.
send me some political news story to watch.
What is that? Yeah,
Watch this, Junior. It's good for your
Yeah.
education.
I haven't got time to laugh, Justin. Look
Where's
at what's
the-
happening.
Share. Okay, here we go. Shit. All right, there it is.
Okay. Full screen. Okay, so here's Adrian, who was, as you described earlier, was told to stay out of the stables, out of the barn, but he didn't listen. Don't go anywhere near that horse because he's feeling a little bit funny today. So let's pop that up.
All right, now there's
Here we go.
Adrian.
God.
Manhandled.
That dick was as big as he was.
Yeah, man.
Why would you notice that?
Oh man.
How can you not notice that big ass thing flapping around behind him?
I didn't know which one was the horse and which one was the cock.
Oh, look at that. Oh, Adrian getting abused.
He is.
And the way it
Oh,
just
man.
flipped him up. See, it takes that. Look, it takes the leg and just flips him up.
You know,
Yeah.
Adrian saw his life flash before his eyes.
Don't
Oh,
keep
yeah.
believing it, guys. Adrian had the best time.
He said, "Oh fuck."
And that's what
And
the
the
horse
horse-
was saying.
Yeah, the horse said, okay.
Yeah. I'll play your silly game.
Wow.
Man, I think you can take off that message on there with
The
the two
only
paper
thing I can
bags.
say about that is, you know, when you look at that,
Jesus.
when you look at that horse, you would have thought that the guy who's filming it would have had the sense to turn the camera in landscape.
No,
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
he put the focus right in there.
I don't think that would have helped.
No, he wanted it to be like that because he's definitely going to catch this one for the shorts.
Hey, betcha.
Oh
I'm
my
making
God,
$1
I
million
want-
bucks off of this one.
I bet you this video would get 1 million views on the shorts. Matt, you should post it as a short on your channel and see if you get it.
Get a nice copyright strike.
Come over here, little horsey. What? Oh, no. Yep.
What
Well,
is
how
that
come they-
thing? The
wait,
green-
wait.
the green-
Take care, Bob. Get him out of here.
That
quick.
was a big ass
Adrian's
horse.
not squirming. He's just taking it. He's just taking it like a man.
He had no choice but to sit there and take it.
Yes, I will. I'm here now.
It looks like he's done this before.
That horse went to straight prison rules right there. Adrian dropped the soap.
Look at the guy with the white hat. He's laughing his head off. Watch the guy with the white hat.
There's no rope on that.
This guy.
He is laughing.
Where's my FPV drone? Where's my FPV drone?
The guy in the white hat
Oh,
trains
man.
the horse.
Oh,
Look at the guy in the white hat now. We'll go frame by frame.
I hope Adrian at least got a discount for that ride.
this bloke on the right looks like he's smiling,
He is.
Oh yeah, he is.
doesn't he?
He's laughing his ass off. This couldn't
Yes.
happen to a nicer guy.
It's lucky. It's lucky. Adrian had protection on there with
Now-
that helmet.
Let me just bring this up, okay? Imagine seeing the donkey show in Mexico with the women.
Mm.
All right,
Oh, look
that-
at-
they actually get strapped underneath. It's downright disgusting.
Oh God damn it!
I put that in your head, didn't I?
Yeah. I think I have to go to work. Hang on.
I was going to say, isn't the time you got dressed, Matt?
I just, no matter how many times you
dude.
play it, I can't stop watching it.
I know.
The words "little buddy" take on a whole new meaning here.
Rob Glazier, my virgin eyes.
Wow.
You can watch this all day.
It could be too.
It's fun for the whole family. I mean, Don's right. I didn't even notice that guy in the white hat is actually laughing.
The horse
Matt, would you like to send me the link to that, please? I feel like getting a bit of revenge on my kids and screwing with their minds.
I could.
Yep,
I
that-
sent that to you, Ari. I had to.
Did you? All right, I'll look back. It'll be there probably. My daughter will never ask to go horse riding again.
Oh, he
The
should have let
horse-
go of the reins.
Look, the horse just wanted to ask him about his car's extended warranty. That's all.
That's
it was.
all.
It wasn't
It was
the fucking,
extend-
wasn't
it
the
was fucking-
5-foot dick behind him.
No, that was his extension. That was his extended warranty right there.
Of course, we all know that that's not really Adrian because Adrian isn't anything like that tall.
Now look, Adrian's already off the ground at this point. Look at the
He
feet.
is, yep.
Yeah.
He knows he's at about this point. He knows he's in trouble.
Oh,
Well, the horse has
If
just
the
whispered in
horse
his ear,
is
assume the position.
sweet nothings, yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's got him by the head. But see,
Yeah.
Adrian could have squirmed out of this right about now. He could have taken an exit left.
Let's
I think
be
he
honest.
just
I
he
think
wanted
he
to see
wanted it.
where. Yeah, he wanted to see where it would go.
Yeah, where's
Yeah.
this going? What's this
And
leading
I'm
up
pretty
to?
sure, like, this is the first time I've seen Adrian where he wasn't in a towel. So
Yeah,
he's
well,
lucky that day.
he was too shirtless. Hey, everybody. Whoa,
Shirtless.
it's all going here. It's all going wrong. Right about that section.
But does Adrian's hat have the sticker on it still?
Yeah.
The one that says no means no? Or nay means nay?
The safe word didn't work, did it?
No.
Yeah, I bet you if we had sound there, you could hear Adrian screaming, "Pineapple juice!" at the top of his voice.
Hey, yeah, Jim, put the link in the chat, mate, if you can.
It's all right.
I say we all post it as a short. We'll just flood the fucking internet with it.
What the hell is this?
This doesn't look like it's going to end well.
Oh, this is one of those idiot videos.
Oh.
I'll cut it here and it falls somewhere else kind of video.
Oh, there's his mistake right there.
Yes, Jim, you did send it to me on the 19th of September last year, and we're
See?
still laughing about it.
A year later, we're still having a blast.
This goes for 9 minutes, Jim.
Jesus, does it?
Yeah.
Sorry. What the hell is this?
Wood chipper?
It can't be an idiot video because it's worked.
Why?
Changing the tire.
This is jacking up as opposed to jacking.
Why don't I have this? I don't even know. Stop.
Oh, showing you how.
Very, very well.
You're showing you how they do it. Oh,
Very
Jesus.
precise. Yeah.
Did you really want to see that?
It was a lot different than the last 10 minutes.
I mean, we just watched, 10 minutes of Adrian get fucked by a horse.
Making love, please. For
Was that-
LBGTQ plus fans.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that horse definitely was the plus.
There wasn't much of a struggle either. I could see from Adrian. It was sort of
No.
like he went into the ragdoll state. Right? That's like,
That's my initial problem with it. There was no struggle on Adrian's part.
So
Yeah.
moving right,
Well,
so
that's what
moving
you're
right
supposed
along
to do
there.
if you're attacked by a bear, isn't it? You're supposed to go in the right.
Isn't that the duck and cover position, Don?
That's it. Yeah.
there's no
But
place
in
like
this case,
home. There's
he
no
was
place
covering
like
the wrong
home.
word.
Tap your heels together, Adrian.
It's all gonna
Three
be
times.
okay.
And I wish you were back in Kansas.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna say goodnight because I've seen enough Adrian now to last me a lifetime.
Yeah, take care, Don. And moving right along here, Don says, I think I'll go try my tutu on again.
Right. We'll play that next.
Oh no!
You could rely on me, didn't you, Don?
Thanks.
I had to, a
Bye.
pregnancy test a sow once. My father was a veterinarian. Well, you had the gloves, right? The full length. What they used to call them? Those dress gloves
Fun.
for women.
Fun.
When you're going up a pig's
That
ass, that ain't
says
fun.
something about you, Matt.
Depends what you're into, I guess. Jim, it's totally subjective.
Well, nothing you say would surprise me, Matt, being a keyboardist. Sick bastard.
yeah. You mean being the whole band? Is that what you mean?
Wait a minute. Whatever happened to this?
One man's horse is another man's treasure.
With some pretty bad shit that was. Where is Adrian? I don't know, Robert. He doesn't come on very often these days. He's he's either sleeping or busy. He's got a lot of shit going on, I guess. The new one made it back. Michael, how are you, man? Yeah, unreal. Old Adrian.
So shouldn't you be getting changed, Matt?
Soon. But you want to go?
No. We're going to stay. We're staying around.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, we got to look into this. We got to look into this too, Jim. About this bloody, what do you call it? The team thing or whatever the hell it is. With streaming.
Yeah. I don't get what that is.
We got a bit of an echo coming out of Jim's mic. I think. Keep talking, Jim. Talk.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
No, it's someone else's.
I don't hear nothing.
Got to be yours, Justin.
Everybody's got headphones on, but Matt. I don't have anything playing in the background. My phone's just completely shut off.
Like I ever have an issue with at my end, mate's professional setup here. All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is it said like all of you had something wrong with your guts then. Oh yeah.
Nobody leaned over though.
No one leaned over. Now I just want to ask seriously though, out of it, because I know Ron's not here, right? I just want to ask seriously. What do you really think of Ron? What do you really think of him? Do you think he really did stuff from you know,
I think that he should be arts chauffeur.
art chauffeur? Yes. Personally, I don't really like Ron, to be honest, but
That was quick thinking, Ari.
I let him on because I feel sorry for him. I really do. Oh, Ron.
Who- I was going to say Art or Ron. Which one? But Ron got a little knee action that day. Because if you look at it, Art had the ATV door and then Ron's knee with the other hand.
Yeah.
Saying you're getting a little close to the edge there, soldier. He was holding on like a little M&M peanut thing.
Rumor has it the fingerprint marks are still there, Jim.
He's the only man with ingrown fingernails in his leg. Oh, that's funny. How are you, Ron?
Okay. It was a fun day. Flew the drone. in some really cool ass places. Place that I've never seen before. Oh,
The ladies' room. Flying a drone in the ladies' room.
Yeah. The men's room with your pants up.
God, you guys are rough lately.
Yeah, they don't let you have nothing wrong.
He boldly went where no man has gone before.
I actually did. So, I was actually a
At least
little
we're
nervous
in
for a while. I
Cell
didn't know
Block
where the
D.
hell I was at.
Because I did speak to Ron last night when he was just at the bottom of the mountain. We had a little bit of a. I didn't think his camera was working. It was just pitch black, and it turned out he
4 o'clock
was.
in the morning.
It was, yeah. So glad to see you got up the hill, mate. And that's in the motel room there, eh?
Yeah, what a shithole.
Oh, Ron,
So $10 a night.
What
your
much
video
more?
is up. Yeah, well, let me see. I gotta put this on for Matt.
This will be good.
It's NPR because it is getting around Christmas time. You know, the holiday season. Gonna pop that on there, Matt.
What are you doing?
It's the sweaty balls.
Hello, I'm Margaret Jo McCullen. And I'm Terry.
Can I play that or what?
Yes.
Yeah. I give you permission, Matt.
No, it's already an NPR copy.
Rap on their nipples. Salty balls.
That was what, like the early 90s?
Oh, when was that?
That
was
looks
a while ago.
Yeah, it looks like early 90s to.
Well, whoever put this up dated it 2013, but I don't know when they put it up. Yeah. Oh, it says 1998 on it.
Really? It looks older than that.
It says season 24, 1998. I mean, have we really gotten that serious that we can't laugh at ourselves anymore?
Oh.
Remember?
We take ourselves too seriously, Jim.
I know.
Do you guys get a game show in the States called The Chaser?
No. I've never heard of
we
it.
get it out. We get it out here, and they get it in Europe as well. It's basically a panel of people answer questions, and they play off against the in-house expert who's called the Chaser. And one of the women who is the Chaser is a woman, they call her the governess. Her name's Anne Haggerty. And as you'd expect from the name of the governess, she's a rather large, portly woman with tightly done up hair and a bun and so forth. And she's extremely proper and prim and never cracks a smile. And then one day in the European version, they asked the name of the German gold medalist in equestrian events in a certain Olympics. And the answer, this woman's name was Fanny Schmeller.
Fanny Smeller?
Fanny Schmeller. SCHMELLER. Fanny Schmeller. And this woman, the governess, spent the next 5 minutes melting down. And I thought to myself, yeah, you've got to be able to laugh, haven't you?
Yeah, Lon says that's back when Saturday Night Live was actually funny.
Everything is, I can't read the chat really this well from there, but somebody said it's political. Everything is so political now, and I'm sick of it. It's not to say that all of these concerns and arguments that people are going on about aren't valid, but I get sick and tired of living, eating, breathing something, political, conspiracy, whatever, from the minute I get up to the minute I go to bed. Just hurry up and end the world already.
And have to worry about everything you say.
It was like Lon said, that was before Alec Baldwin started murdering the cast.
Oh, come on, man. That was planted. Somebody had to put a bullet in. There's no way in hell that would ever actually happen. So how did it happen?
I don't know, but if you're the one holding the gun, you should know how to use it and check it before you use it.
That's the armorer's fault, not an actor's fault.
But the actor should be trained in that.
There are actually rules that they actually go through all that ahead of time. Justin.
I disagree. You put a firearm in your hand, no matter
You should
what
know
you
how to
are.
use it.
No, I'm saying
I'm with
I'm
you, Ron.
saying that Ron and Justin that there are rules that they are supposed to go through that. The actor too.
Yeah, I don't care, man. I mean, look at Ron. Ron is a professional, and I'm not being funny here. For once, I'm not taking the piss out of Ron. He's a game guide, whatever. Now, in my life, I've been a range officer, a safety officer, a small arms trainer.
Oh my God!
I don't care.
Matt, have you written that down?
If I went, you're right, Jim. I'm not sure where that was going. If I was out hunting with Ron, he handed me a gun and said it's empty, I'd still check it.
At every step of the way, that should have been checked.
Yep. And if I was Alec Baldwin when they handed it to me, I would have still checked it.
You want to be responsible for it? You're taught, if you've ever handled a rifle in your life or ever been to any safety course, any weapon is assumed loaded until you've checked it and made sure it's unloaded.
And I think every one of us who's used firearms has had that one incident that drove it home. With mine, it was about 30 years ago. I took my wife out to the range shooting, and she had her own rifle, which was a short magazine Lee Enfield 303 British service rifle. We came home, we were in different rooms cleaning firearm, and we had a visitor, and she left her rifle on the bed. And I came in later on while the visitors and Liam were still outside. I saw the rifle laying on the bed, and I reached over and I picked it up. Made the primary mistake, put my finger inside the trigger guard. Because, as you do when you finish cleaning and reassemble, the last thing you do is feed around through to make sure that the action's operating. She was in the process of doing that, and I'm not going to criticize her for leaving around in the action. She did, but I picked it up with my finger inside the trigger guard and blew a 30 caliber hole through her mattress and the bed head. You only got to make a mistake once.
Ron, didn't we see a video where this guy had put his shotgun up against the tree and it slid down and went off?
Yeah, I remember seeing that somewhere. I have a picture on my phone. I wanted to kill the father last deer season. Montana, we went to pick up a young kid, took him down to Denver Children's. He had a 7 mag. It was too big of a gun for a 12-year-old. Dad obviously did not treat him gun safety or teach him gun safety. Sees a deer, goes after it, safety off, finger on the trigger. Kid tripped and fell. And when he fell, the gun went down like this and right through his foot.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, you showed us that picture.
That was not pretty.
Wow.
It's always loaded until you say it's not. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, my dad was me and my dad were sitting in his living room one night, and he was unloading his 30-06, and he went to pull the hammer back, and I guess it didn't lock, and it shot forward, and he blew a damn hole right through our roof.
Oh shit!
Because something happened with, I don't remember because I was really young, but I remember them saying something failed in it, and it shot forward, and when it shot forward, it set the gun off, and he blew a hole right through our roof.
What I liked about my 30-06 was it was bolt action, so I could just leave the bolt open for confirmation. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what it was. His was bolt, but when he pulled it back, it didn't. I don't remember, but I remember
He probably
pulled it
closed
back
the
and it
action.
shot forward.
Probably closed the action with a worn sear, and the firing pin would have shot forward as you closed the action.
But he had it on his knee, and he was holding it towards the ceiling like that, away from him. And he was
But a
trying
bolt
to load
action there's no spring on a bolt action to make it
I
go
don't,
forward.
like I said, I don't remember. I just remember him pulling it like that and pulling it back, and something happened and it shot forward, and it fucking rang my ears. I couldn't hear nothing for like a couple hours.
30-06 will do that to you. It's one of my favorite calibers, but yeah, you don't muck around with it.
Inside of a house, that shit was loud. I was only like 10 feet from it when it happened.
The funny thing, Justin, you just mentioned about loss of hearing. Weirdest thing today, I was up at 10,000 feet and I lost my hearing today for about 3 minutes. Could not hear nothing.
The pressure.
I hate
Freaked
that.
me out. Yeah.
It's probably just because your ears weren't adjusting to the pressure difference.
I used to get that all the time, and they say chew gum and all that. That never worked for me.
I was
Do
trying
you
to.
have any hearing loss from firearms, Ron?
No, it was not, I'm actually really good about wearing hearing protection, even when my hunters shoot. I always have them around my neck, and they're getting ready to shoot. They right up on me, my ears.
Yeah, I was probably like 12 or 13 when that happened. I was pretty young.
Yeah, I have two rules when I'm out there with guys. Same thing, like we were just talking about. You have the gun. It's loaded until you prove to me otherwise. And the second thing, and I've had a couple of hunters. One in particular, a guy, he's a doctor from Florida, and he's like, "Oh, Ron, we all know that goddamn deer isn't going anywhere. He shot it. It went down. Every hunter that shoots, when I see an animal go down, I tell him, load another one, put the crosshairs back on him." And this one guy goes, "Ron, we all know that deer ain't going anywhere." I'm like, "Well, look again, because it's fucking running."
Hey, Adrian.
Tail drones.
The one and only.
I don't want to say Matt was picking on you earlier, but Matt was picking on you earlier.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, you don't want to watch the replay.
Nah, what else is new, Jim? There's nothing else. There's nothing new about that.
Something about a red shirt. He didn't like your red shirt. Well, no, the ball cap. We didn't know if the sticker was on it. You remember that?
Oh,
Ron?
really? Okay.
Wasn't the 10 minutes of animal porn, but
No, it was the sticker on the hat at the time.
How you doing, Robert Glazier?
Of the federal rape case, but
I would, since Ron don't want to talk to me, I just talk to everybody else. How you doing, Ari, Justin, Jim, Matt?
Hey, Mel.
what's up?
Matt's put on his shirt and his cap, two most important
I
parts of
texted
his
you
wardrobe.
today.
Adrian.
Got a cool
Can
picture
you
of
actually
him.
get one?
What was that, mate?
No, wait a minute, Jim. Hold on, wait a minute. Robert Glazier said something about you. Well, I heard somebody named Jim say that you were talking about me, but now Robert Glazier is actually telling me the scoop. He said that you were talking about me, something about a horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the hat. Your hat didn't. We couldn't see the sticker on the hat.
While you're being butt fucked by the horse.
Abused. Great.
Okay.
You remember that, Adrian? You sent us that video with you in the stables there with the Clydesdale.
Hold on. Somebody talking to me in the chat. Give me a minute. Stop being rude. How you doing, Lon? What's going on, Denard?
The federal FBI rape crime that was being investigated.
What's up, Jack Rabbit FPV?
As the evidence locker.
And none of us laughed. Matt was just cracking up the whole time. We were trying to defend you. It was,
I was sneezing. I wasn't laughing. But Alex,
We didn't understand it. Let me see. Let's show that again, Matt. Here, I'll plug it up for you.
what
And
we
let's
couldn't
see if we can go through this and
What we
work through
couldn't
it as a
understand,
group.
right? Yeah. Here's Ron
Yeah,
again.
go ahead and play it, Matt, Jim. Let me see what's going on.
StreamYard shut down. I mean,
Here we go.
What's up, Blind Neil? How you doing, buddy?
See,
Here we
is
go.
the sticker still on the hat? That's the question here.
Oh,
Couldn't see
shit.
it. Might have got. Yeah, no, it's not on there.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah.
the
You
whole
remember the
time
pain.
you're-
I stuck up for you, Adrian. I told them there was no possible way that could be you because you were nowhere near that tall.
Mm.
That's true. He did say that. And then the guy in the white hat is laughing.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
laughing.
noticed the horse. What?
Yeah, you
Oh,
could-
Jesus.
I was
Oh
looking for
my
the
God.
sticker. Is the sticker on the helmet or not?
Well, the horse was sticking up for him too. Have a look. Here we go. Stick it right there.
The horse was being gentle. He took his hoof and shoved you up on top of that thing.
Yeah.
held you there.
And that he was being gentle. He was being gentle
Jim.
because he was. Oh, look, I'm not.
Jim,
gonna go
according to that video, that big old thing touched him. I mean, it got on him. It just did not go through, but it got on him.
It abused him. Yes, it certainly did.
If that thing went through you, it'd go clear to your throat.
I
Jesus.
mean, how did that feel? That would be a colonoscopy from hell.
I'm gay. He probably say I'm gay.
Well,
And
he is
now-
after this. Yeah.
LGBT, LGBT.
If he wasn't then, he is now.
Okay, Jim. All right. Okay, I reckon you. Okay, we get it.
What?
he doesn't want to relive it all the time. It was traumatic, and he doesn't want to. He only just got over it, to be honest.
Jim, do you have it on repeat? Can you? Okay, we get it. All right. Can you take it off now?
This is multiple charges right here, not just the one.
When I first played this a year ago, Ari said, send it to me. And I sent it to him a year ago.
Yep, September.
Was that the date? September 2020?
September 2020.
Brown chicken, brown.
Brown cow. There you go.
Trust Lon to remember that.
And
There you
Adrian, watch this guy with the white hat. Look at his mouth. He's laughing. See him?
He's laughing his ass off.
Hey, Simon, we got to let it run one or two more times so you can see.
But it's one of those situations you wish there was somebody on the other side of the camera, don't you?
Here we go. Watch him. He's
I
laughing.
can't believe you sent this to them to look at.
Yeah, he was laughing his ass off.
The
You
cameraman
wouldn't
is
believe the stuff that
racking
Jim sends
focus.
people.
Hey,
The cameraman kept a steady stabilization shot here. He didn't lose it.
at what, I
Honestly,
want to know though, at what point did you know you were in a bit of trouble there, Adrian?
Is that a Clydesdale with the
It
hair
is,
in his
yeah.
legs?
What matter does it make?
Those are-
Yeah.
well, I mean, if you're the one being raped, it does.
You want to be able to give a enough description to the police. So
Yeah.
Clydesdale.
It was a white with black stripes Clydesdale. Well, spots, really.
A
Those are
Clydesdale
spots.
or an Arabian, it's still going to hurt.
Mm.
Well,
and
Adrian, how would you
opposite.
describe it?
Man, I don't have any comment for that bull crap. I don't know.
Mm. It must have been at least 4 inches thick because you
That
don't
was not
usually-
me.
Don't usually feel anything lower than that.
That's bigger than Dre's arm.
Is it- oh,
You know,
Yeah, read what John Shuck said.
you're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn
Chuck's a
today.
moron.
you notice how the horse is really not that stimulated over this. It's almost as if, you know, like it's an I'll take it kind of fuck, but not
Yeah.
just my ultimate, you know,
You
this
can
ain't my
see-
dream.
You can actually see at the point where he gives up and goes, "Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, I'm only going to try so hard for Adrian.
This is
You
a
can
what
see
the
him.
fuck.
You can see him relax right about here.
Oh my god.
Sure, you got a party mouth.
You know, and red shirt guy after the abuse, watch how he just slides off and stands there.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's like, another day, another dollar.
Yeah. Now watch him now. See, he just what's he gonna do? Spank the horse? Bad horse.
He's gonna pat him and say, "Good boy."
Yeah.
Did
Nice
you at
horse.
least get,
Good boy.
did you at least get a refund? Adrian?
Okay, Jim. All right. Jesus.
Traumatizing.
I don't
That makes
understand.
what, about 25 minutes of this shit?
I think so.
Where
No
is this? That's kind of a
no
tropical
Fangio production.
background.
I have
here.
no idea. That's Jim being a perv.
Actually,
That's not me.
I kind of think that Adrian initiated it there because if you just notice, just before he started mounting him, he pulled on the signal. Oh, see that? See that?
A little love music.
Yeah, turn that off. Yeah, he initiated it. He gave him the signal of pulling on his rein. You watch? Pull it now.
Oh
Yep,
yeah,
go for
there
it.
was a double pull.
Yep. Go.
You're right.
Go.
Hey,
You are
Hey, Jim.
absolutely right.
hey, Jim. The horse pulling forward with his forward leg. You see how he laid it off the ground?
Yeah, he just kicks him up onto it.
Up you go.
Matt, did you see what Lon wrote?
Oh Lord.
Lon walking into the stable all sexy and whatnot.
007.
It was kind of shuffling in there, swaying in.
It was.
Oh God.
That was
He
a
was working
prance. That was a prance.
Working
man.
it. Yeah, it was a prance. It was a sachet. Here
Look
we
at
go.
him say,
Oh,
yeah,
look.
he's sashaying.
Get up. That's it. Up you go.
Up you go.
You can't hear it, but he's saying, "Good boy, good boy."
Yeah, right at the end there.
Oh God.
Good
Oh.
mercy.
No, what he was doing is actually
Tidal wave
apologizing.
Sturgis.
Sorry, the other guys stopped it.
This could have been so big. Yeah, I mean, so good. How's that song go?
It could have been drastic.
Yeah, and then the guy with the Arabian hat there laughing. It just threw off the whole mood. The horse.
No one likes to be laughed at.
Right.
Hey,
He lost-
Doc Roberts said, I think this is drone footage.
Yeah, no wonder the horse stopped. You know, he's been laughed at. Performance anxiety.
Yeah.
Terrible thing.
Under pressure here. Under a lot of pressure, the horse was.
Right there, Adrian knew he's fucked right there.
Yeah. You could see it on the face. It
His
was
leg
like
not
the-
even touching the ground.
No, his feet were off the ground. I think we established that in shot number 4. Let's see, right there. See the feet?
It's starting to go. It's
The feet?
just starting to raise up a little bit there.
Starting to go, and then there they are. Now the
Look at
horse,
the, look
Frame
at the
by
horse's
frame.
face.
Frame by frame.
the
Look
horse
at the
is-
horse's face.
He's going.
Let's go back and see the
Ron.
horse. Oh, there it is.
Ron.
There it
There
is.
it is.
But
What the hell are we watching, Ron?
It's
I
dinner
don't know.
time
But
for the
it
horse.
takes my title away when I'm at Sturgis of Who's Your Daddy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Doesn't what?
Is that old number 7?
Yeah.
It is to the horse. The horse thinks it's old number. So I don't see the Adrian doesn't get pissed here at the end when the horse gets off him.
No,
He's
that's
just
what we're saying.
standing there.
Well, he knows
He went-
it'll always be another time.
He goes, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know the rest of the guys were here. Sorry."
Yeah, look at that. Where are you? Right there. Okay, after the act, he's not pissed. There's no abuse. Animal
No.
abuse for the ASPCA to get pissed off at.
No, had to keep it legal.
Yeah, good horsey. Good horsey. While the other guy's laughing his ass off in the white hat there.
All right.
It does look tropical, though, doesn't it?
Oh my God.
The tropical environment.
Fuck you mean it looks tropical? What are you talking about,
I
Jay?
don't think you guys have
saw-
analyzed the video so much.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing a palm tree in the background there. See that right there,
Yeah.
that tree back there?
That's Florida right there.
Yeah. Looks like a little bit of northern Florida, yeah.
Well, actually, the first reason he went down to this stud is because when he was doing his distance test, he ran out of battery and ended up landing in their bloody land. So he had to go get it. And they said, well, you take care of this horse as your punishment.
Yeah,
And,
walk this in. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't do anything.
Oh, that's the name of the song, Walk This Way by
Yeah,
Aerosmith.
yeah.
And then get abused
I got it.
on national TV.
Well, you know what? I have to go. I have to nick off you lot. I've got to get to work. So,
You take care, man. Have a good day.
All right, big
thank
man. Have a good night, man. Thanks for having me.
hey, thanks for popping on, Adrian. Good on you, man. Thank you.
At
Good
least
on
you
you.
weren't sleeping this time. The last time you
Hmm.
came on,
You saw his. You saw his sign off last week, didn't you? With the 2 in the pink and 1 in the. Did you see that? Oh my god!
That wasn't 2 in the pink. That was just fucking.
That was 1 up to the pink.
that was there. You go back to the gerbil.
Isn't
and the
it time
golf
for you to
balls.
go?
That's that gerbil and the Hoover vacuum cleaner pipe again.
Oh, you know we love you, Adrian.
How's that saying go? 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Yeah.
That was
We
all
do
the
gotta
stink.
stop that, yeah.
Trust me.
Tell you what. That's always the way. I'm always going to work and he's knocking off. Bloody hell.
This
Yes,
horse
but anyway.
monarchy.
Adrian, you should literally put that as a short, though. You get like 1 million views.
Hell no. Get your ass away from me. Hell no.
Yep. He
Jimmy
wasn't saying that
Norris.
before, though. We're saying, get that horse cock away from me.
Jim, I'm
All
Come
right.
on, aren't you supposed to be at work?
Yeah, I'm going, mate. Chill. Jeez, man.
You and your
All right.
ugly ass hat.
You love my hat.
Man, I saw him at work. Was it yesterday, Matt? You were getting bounced around in that damn truck.
Yes. Yeah, I was.
Getting
Yeah,
abused.
I was. I was going all, yeah. Not as much as we just saw, but yeah. Oh, dear. Anyway, got to go. Thanks very
Thanks
much
for the live
watching
stream, Matt.
channel.
Thanks for having me on. Take care,
No
everybody
worries,
on the panel.
time.
Everybody in the chat. Take care.
Have a good night. See you later, Ari, Ron,
Take care, Aaron.
Justin, Matt, Jim, everybody in the chat.
All
See
right,
everybody.
Good on
Good
you,
night,
boys.
fellas.
It was fun. See ya.
Absolutely.
See you
All
later.
right. Take
All
care, Ron. Thanks, mate.
Bye-bye.
And thanks everyone in the chat for popping in again. Another week done and dusted. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you again same time next week on the same channel. It'd be absolutely fantastic. All right. Thanks everyone. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. And hopefully, oops, I don't want to invite. Hopefully we'll see you all again next week. All right. Take care all. Catch you later. Bye-bye.